Where's the countdown? Megan Rapinoe, you cost your team the World Cup, you know. Megan Rapinoe, couldn't hit you Edwards' arse with a banjo. You took a pen, you missed the goal. You're uglier than Hugh Edwards' arsehole. Megan Rapinoe, a purple herd woke shit show. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, man babies. I almost went there. Any reference to Hugh Edwards' arse, and it just sends me slightly over the edge. Well, there you go, and hello, and apparently we've just completely lost 8 people straight out the bat. But the 22 are sticking with us. I love you dearly, and we're back. We're back for a bit more Robocop, and I hope you're ready for it, because we have an excited green room, primed, oiled up, ready to go, and to get stuck into. Well, we get to see the incarnation of Robocop himself, so I'm looking forward to that one. So I better do some formalities. So I know there's people who tune in every week just to find out the date. So here we go. This is for you. It is Wednesday, the 9th of August. The year is 2023, and I'm Ruin Johnson, the greatest Hollywood director of modern times. And this evening, we are discussing part 3 of Robocop, the 1987 masterpiece starring Peter Weller, Nancy Allen, and lots of other man babies. But before we begin, you can find us here on YouTube if you prefer your entertainment in aural form. You can find us on Spotify, and as always, we're going at it like the clappers on OnlyFans as well. So whatever your preference, hit us up. So if you've not shut down for the evening, as Brownie always says, let's not get bogged down in the intros. Let's get the guests out. So from a VPN far, far away, he's the golden reach around droid of choice, the android with the hemorrhoids. It's Zee-ThreePIO.
Ruin Johnson, you are under arrest.
Oh, Z, I nearly shot myself. Ed 209 makes me all, that's leaky in the pants area. But how are you doing, Z?
The crime is singing. The sentence is death.
Well, there is a crime to sing a Christmas song in August, I guess. But
There is
there we
also
go.
a crime, sir, supporting the US female football team.
Well, I did enjoy the reaction. It seemed like most of America was rather happy to see their team bomb out. But
Well,
yes,
perhaps if they paid her more, sir, she might have tried a bit harder.
well, there we go. Maybe she was underpaid. I mean, this purple rinse doesn't come cheap these days, does it? But
It does not.
anyway, so wonderful to throw in a Megan Rapinoe and a Hugh Edwards reference early doors. I'm feeling it tonight, Z. And Z, you're going to see Robocop with the full helmet on. Are you looking forward to that?
There's nothing I like better, sir, than a shiny helmet.
Oh, don't you know it, Z? Well, Z, as much as I'd love to do it, just me and you, and that's not a suggestion at all. But should we see what retro baits we have lurking in the green room?
Let's bring on the next one.
Let's do it. Okay. Well, his pants are currently around his ankles. He's toddling around the room like you, Edwards, but I can see he's pulling them up now. There we go. He's buttoning himself up, and here he comes. He's my number one fan, hailing from the dark, cold north. He's camped out in my back garden most days of the week. Set your phases to stunning and brave. It's not Brian Young.
Way, good evening, Ruin. Good evening, Z. Evening, chat and viewers. How are we all?
Very well, Brian, and loving the Avatar once more. You've really surpassed yourself this time.
Thank you very much. You too kind. Too kind.
So we're getting into the good stuff, Brian. Are you looking forward to seeing a bit of full-on Robocop action?
Yes, I'm desperate to get into Ruin. I got quite delighted about the Megan Rapinoe thing. I didn't actually know about that. I can't stand the woman. I think I could really just say she's just another typical spoiled arse of a footballer. But
well,
upper hair just puts the button on it.
You really must look it up, Brian. She fluffed the penalty, which bombed the US out, and yes, what a moment. But anyway, let's not get bogged down in women's
Penalty
football. Shall we see what other retrobates we've got lurking?
Yes, let's have a look and see what we can find.
Oh, let's see what we can scrape off the bottom of the barrel. So, next up, here's the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. I feel like this doesn't do him his due justice, so I'm going to say I've counted them. Tonight he's wearing just the one sock, and it's not on his feet. It's the great mega geek himself, Ian David Diaz.
I don't know why I bother coming on if I'm going to get insults like that.
Not at all. It's one of those football socks, and I tell you what, you fill it nicely, sir. So, Mega, it's good to have you back, and you're joining us for a crucial part of the movie. And I do believe, movie, we're not going to hear your famous catchphrase, "This is shit," because
because this is a really good movie. So we've only got praise for this film.
We were saying
tell you a few facts though, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna call upon your trivia. We were saying last week in your absence, Mega, that your catchphrase "This is shit" is like the yin and yang with brownies. Look at that. You never tend to get both. It's one or the other. And,
yeah, exactly.
This is more of a look at that movie, I think. But we do have one more, Mega. So should we roll them out?
Yep, roll them out.
Let's roll them out. Let's drop the curtain like Hugh Edwards dropping his kecks. So, last of all, he's the man I like to call affectionately the Yorkshire Ripper. He's the 50-year-old virgin, the man with the keys to the channel, and the owner of the best goddamn Wednesday night YouTube show on the planet. It's Mr. Brown.
Wow. Hello.
Oh, good God, he's really
go woke,
there.
Go broke, everybody.
Really? Yep. How comes
yes.
Barbie succeeded then?
Oh,
pass.
That kind of worms.
Excellent marketing.
Yes, marketing. It's a win for marketing.
The marketing are the real stars of that movie.
Yeah.
USA football. Go woke. Go broke.
Oh, indeed.
Evening chats. Evening panel.
Wait, is this a women's football then? Because I don't know anything about this.
Hated woman.
Oh, so she missed a penalty or something?
She did. It was like Beckham, wasn't it, in Portugal? Do you remember that?
Oh, so okay.
Yep, she absolutely
hoofed it,
ballooned it. Anyway, we've got our lineup, we've got our team, and we're ready to go.
Oh yes.
Brownie, we were so excitable in the green room. We've not queued up the slides, so oh, you've got it all. Go, it's excellent. There we go, folks. So, big hello to the chat.
Hello, chats.
I've asked Brownie to limit it to 30 tonight. We're not letting anyone else in, so no
critical
more
drinkers on everybody.
Yeah, no more. We don't anymore. There's 3 just dropped in. Brownie, get rid of those, please. We're just keeping it to the hardcore tonight. Okay, we have a shite brown background with some tiny white text, which my aging eyes cannot read, but it probably says something like
subscribe.
Something like subscribe.
Come on, 3,000. Come on.
Come on. This is shit. Come on. Well, you know what to do, man, babies. Like, subscribe, comment, and of course, be on form in the chat. We're going to
Oh,
need
yes.
you tonight. In fact, I do want to introduce something which all the chat can help us with. We want a bogged down warning. If you feel we're getting bogged down, is that what we're going to use, Brown, as our bogged down symbol?
No, that's just Omni Consumer Products.
Oh, right, okay. But yes, bogged down warnings, please, chat. Just chuck it in there.
They don't need telling anyway. They'll tell us anyway.
Oh well, they will actually.
I
Yes,
know.
you're right.
Move on.
Anyway, we've got to get into this because we're hoping to get this shit wrapped in the next 2 weeks, so we're then in time for Ahsoka. And whether you care about Ahsoka or not, whether you want to watch it or whether you don't, we'll
You're
just rip the
desperate
shit
for
out of it
Ahsoka, aren't you?
anyway. So
Is that a porn thing?
Yes.
We soak her.
Thank you, Tom. £2, real money.
Tom.
Thank you, Tom. Cheers, Tom.
Tom's
Coming in
early
early. Cheers,
doors.
Tom. Cheers, pal.
What do they call that one? A super sticker? Super
£2.
I think it was a super chat that he's not put any.
Oh, is it a blank super chat?
Blank, yeah. Real
Before
money,
we
folks.
advance the slides, little heads up for the collectors out there. Iron Studios has just announced a diorama of this poster. Believe it or not.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. It unfortunately it cuts the car off exactly where the poster does, which is a bit strange.
Oh, no.
But,
I've got a Ed 209 model. I was trying to find it today. It's in my cupboard, but there's too many boxes. So I thought,
I'm
fuck
seriously
that.
thinking about buying one.
Yeah.
I've got a Robocop action figure in the loft somewhere. Would you remember those strips of caps that you used to put in cap guns?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got a little trigger on the back, and he really fires.
I think I may have had that. Was an Argos special back in the day.
It might have been, yeah.
I was scared of those cap guns when I was a kid.
Oh,
They
used
were
to
really
love them.
dangerous, weren't they?
Rub coins along them, create a huge
Yeah. I remember
sparking
that.
flame, and then set things on fire.
Never allow that today, will they?
No.
Health and safety.
First bogged down alerts of the
From
evening,
me.
folks. Bogged down about toys. Let's not get bogged down.
Still a great poster, folks. When I
a
see that,
beautiful
it's just
poster.
like, God, I love that.
Beautiful poster. Well, Brownie, if you don't mind, because we're all friends, we all know what we're talking about here. We don't need to go around the room and say how great this movie is, but we do need to go to not Brian Young, but we're not going to go to not Brian Young because something's just dropped in the chat, and frankly, Tom's just having a ball of a time. There you go, Brown. Do you want to just read out what's not there?
Super chat from Tom for £5. That's real money, folks.
Tom, thank you, sir.
Cheers, Tom.
Tom, absolutely a man of few words, but a very generous man indeed. We appreciate it, Tom. Brian, apologies for the delay, but now can we go to you, Brian, for the official summary of where we're at?
Certainly, Ruin. I've been slightly distracted because Swappers is sending me messages of something that's just come up for pre-order, and I've had to just go and duck out and didn't get it sorted. But anyway, moving on. Okay, here we are. Following a botched robbery, officers Lewis and Murphy pursue notorious bellend Clarence Boddicker and his gang to their hideout in an abandoned steel mill. Unable to secure backup, the pair take on the baddies, unaided, with disastrous results. Lewis is knocked unconscious after being distracted by an exposed dong, while tragic Murphy is tortured to within an inch of his life, only passing away on the emergency room table. Take it away, Rune.
Oh, excellent, Brian. I do. It's almost, it's almost my highlight of the week listening to your summaries, Brian. Yeah.
Must have a terrible fucking week.
I do have an absolutely atrocious week, you're right, but nevertheless, these small victories where we find them. A little request, Mr. Brown, from Jay Goodwin. He wants you to read the super chat in your native Jamaican.
Yeah, man.
God, don't get him started.
Jamaica lost at the Women's World Cup yesterday. I was rooting for them because if they won, they would have been playing England.
Oh, imagine the mileage you could have got out of that.
Oh, yeah, I was rooting.
Poor loyalties, Brown.
I know. I was rooting for them.
Anyway, let's get into this. And here we have what I can only describe as freakishly long fingers. I mean, but it's a great way to segue into the movie, isn't it? So I feel I have to go to Z here because Z, we're getting a point of view that only you could relate to. Please talk us through what we're looking at.
Of course, this is Robocop's point of view as they assemble his parts. He's at the moment he's just a body with bits being added on. I should also note that all the graphics in this scene are done on a Commodore Amiga.
Wow.
There's a little low tech, isn't it? So here we go. Is this chap here just fiddling around, and I do like the bits where we. Well, I like all this sequence actually. It's rather interesting. I'm going to come to Mega Geek in a moment because it's. I'm sure I'm sure he can give us the ins and outs from a director point of view. But look, before we do anything else. Brownie, get that Jamaican accent ready because here we go from Tom.
Super chat from Tom in the chat for £10. That is a real money, folks. I sent £7 by mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake.
It's awful. That was
Ross,
awful. Hang on. At the risk of getting bogged down, I'm going to need you to revisit that, Brown. The man's paid £10. He wants a proper Jamaican accent.
Basically. Okay.
Come on, Brown. Give it your best.
I sent £7 by mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, Tom. We'll get you a refund. Don't worry.
Sorry, Tom. Sorry, chat. Sorry.
He tried. God loves a try.
Very trying. Yes.
Mega Geek. Let's not even go there about Brown's Jamaican accent. But please talk to me about the directorial choice here, because it's a rather nice way to introduce Robocop, isn't it?
Yeah, it's it's quite a nice way actually. It's called a montage. A montage from Robocop's point of view, I guess.
POV,
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, so they basically fixing his helmet, or I don't. You know what doesn't make any sense to me, right? I always thought the helmet was the thing that actually made him aim and all that stuff, but then I'm going a bit further here. When he takes the helmet off, he still can aim and he still sees the little marker. I'm a bit puzzled by that. Because this is obviously them fixing the eyepiece on the helmet, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how we could see this stuff.
Yes.
But he could see it without the helmet, which means that they're basically, this is his eyes, this is his real eyes, and they're putting stuff in his eyes.
Ooh.
That's the only conclusion I can come to.
Yeah, I want to know why Matt Hancock's doing it though. That's a strange.
You didn't have any work that time, but this is really good visual effects actually for its time, of course. But yeah, it's a good scene. It's a montage. Basically it jumps ahead in time to move the story fast enough. In fact, the actual screenplay itself is tight as a duck's backside. Basically, it's a really well written screenplay.
Now we're going early doors here, but Tom has said she's a 10. Now I'm gonna wager that he's referring to the chick with the large glasses on.
Yes.
But was she in the second one? Can anyone remember?
No,
she was.
I can't even remember the second film. Never mind.
Nor can I. I think she was in the second one as well.
Possibly.
Not sure though.
Yeah, possibly.
So Tom thinks a 10, Andy thinks a 1, so we've got both ends of the
have you seen
here.
When she takes her glasses off, she's definitely a bloody 8 or a 9. She's gorgeous.
No, I'd definitely give a 1.
Brown, give a 1. There we go. I didn't even need to tee him up. He just he just rolls off the tongue now, doesn't it, Brownie? I'm going to need
man of taste.
Yeah, I think as far as 80s chicks go, she's doing all right there. Z, I'm going to need you for this next comment, if you would, by R2Me2, please.
R2Me2 in the chat says, "I'm no stranger to have tools put in me against my consent."
Yeah.
Mark the date and time. A rare
Clip
Guinea
it, everybody.
stumble from Z there. Well done, R2. You got it.
Clip it.
Oh, that's a. Oh no, this is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as we know, if you can remember back 3 months or whatever it was when we started this, Murphy gets the shit shot out of him, including, most of his body and certainly one of his arms. But here we find out they were able to save the left arm. Now, let me ask Brian this one. Brian, what do you think the plan was? Do you think the plan was for him to have one kind of human left arm and
in terms of
arms?
in terms of the script, it's to show how fucking ruthless they are.
Yeah,
That's
but
the reason.
Really, I think that's the only reason that's in it. I hate to bring up the reboot, but one of the reboot one, he actually still has his right hand, and one of the ideas.
Yeah.
It was quite a clever idea. One of the ideas was that he had still his right hand, so he could shake hands with people, so they could see the human side of him, which I thought was quite clever. And that's about the only praise I'm going to give to the reboot.
Yeah, the reboot's crap. It really is.
It could have been okay though.
No, what they wanted to do was make it. They look, see the Hollywood
friendly.
people. Yeah, the Hollywood people are thinking about money more so than the actual art itself, and so they kind of
the director wanted it to be a hard 18.
Well, even look, I mean, even the designs, like Ed 209's design is not as, it doesn't look as lethal as the one in this one. Let's face it, it just looks kind of plain and and silly. Especially Robocop's costume. You got me. Robocop's costume just oozes violence, doesn't it? When you look at it, it's just violence. I mean, when you see the new one where he's all in black, just think it's a cyborg, or you just think he's like a Cylon. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well,
yeah.
I like the prototype version of the new suit. When you see him, it's still silver. I thought it was really cool, and then you see him with that at the end. But I think a lot of that, not just the design of the suit, is an aggressive design, but it's the mannerisms of Peter Weller. And I think he has a few interviews where he talks in depth about that, and how Moni Yakim basically saved the day. I think we'll talk about that later on.
But it's always the director that creates the tone of the movie. And Paul Verhoeven, he loves violence. He loves violence on TV and movies and stuff like that. And you can tell he loves it because he has a crap load in this movie. Yeah. So everything from the design straight across to blowing Murphy's hand off, to actually seeing a hole go through his head. Obviously, it was Rob Bottin that created the head. Yeah. But it's him, isn't it? It's what he likes. So.
Z, are you available to read a gold-coloured super chat, please?
I am indeed. Common people in the chat for £10 British, which is real money.
It is.
Says, please God, no more face reveals.
Mon.
Yes, that's referring just to the benefit of Mega Geek and some of the man babies who weren't with us last week. I had some technical difficulties, which meant I turned my camera on midstream and doxed myself, Mega, and couldn't seem to get my avatar back up. So that was a bit of fun and games. But anyway, hopefully the real Brian Young won't report me to the authorities and get me cancelled. I don't want to go through that again. I do have look, we always say our chat are some of the most educated, informed, intellectual. They come up with, honestly, the kind of film analysis I've not experienced anywhere else. So with that in mind, Brian, can I get you to read out this real insight that I don't think, we've been talking Robocop now for several hours. No one's really touched on this one. So you ready, Brian? Here we go.
Eat a bag of dicks in the chat says if he wants to tug himself off, at least it will feel like someone else is doing it.
There we go.
Yes, I don't think he's got a dick somehow.
No, it's gone.
Or I will do it for 15 Imperial credits.
Here, folks. Drew Gordon. Verhoeven was a child in WW2. For our younger viewers, that's World War II. He saw people killed in the street. Yeah.
Well, that really does maybe explain some of the brutal nature of this movie. Ponty Paul has asked, does anyone know the timestamp for Ruin's face reveal last week? No, Ponty Paul, we've erased that. It's been edited out. You'll never see me again. Anyway, let's not get bogged down in Ruin's identity. So we find out he's legally dead, Murphy, and they can do pretty much what they want. Ooh.
Who's the black guy? What's his name in the film? Johnson. He's a suck up, isn't he? Sucks up to everyone that's in charge. As I said, the second one's coming back as well.
Slightly. He's more at the front though in the second one, isn't he? I think he's kind of half in charge, isn't he?
Yeah.
Brian, to get you, I feel as though this can only be read out in a Scottish accent. If you would, please.
Melvin Deeply in the chat says,
I'm Fickleski. Too have seen people killed in the street.
That's brilliant.
Brilliant. I thought for a second you were going with the Nigerian banker, but you kind of went with some decrepit Glaswegian pensioner. It was marvelous, Brian. Thank you. Okay, well, we're still in Robocop's head, and the decision is we lose the arm. Sadly, we lose the arm. There we go. And then I believe, is he now? It's like he's booting up here, isn't it? It's like takes me back to my old Amstrad days. This, yeah.
Back in the day, a friend of mine, I was kind of concerned about the GORE being only 11 years old. A friend of mine told me, "Oh yeah, you see the arm getting cut right off. After that, it gets sliced off. They take it off to put the new one on." Bastard.
Do you know what? I like to think that these films are set in a different universe or different, because if this was really set in the future, we wouldn't be having Sony TVs, would we? Be having flat screen and all that. So just to calm my mind, I say to myself, this is in another universe.
Yeah, we've been discussing this because it varies from wherever you read on the internet where it's set. Some say in the near future, which would be perfect, but some are saying 2047 or something stupid like that.
Yeah, the computer game definitely, and I checked it out, it says 1990. Wikipedia says 2043. When you pull that up, it's a link to not Bleeding Cool, it's something like that. It's a less than reputable site. So I'm sticking with the 1990s.
Yeah, I am as well.
Brian, I'm going to call upon your wonderful ability to mimic accents, because this line on screen is the exact word-for-word line that my dad said to me on my first day of primary school. So in honor of the old man, could you do this in a gnarly old Scouse accent, please?
You're gonna be a bad motherfucker.
There we go. Oh, it takes me back. It takes me back. And it was,
who are they?
10 minutes later, it was Scouse kissing someone and getting suspended on my first day. But it was,
that was beautiful. More of Apollo Grady than Stevie G, that one.
Yes, indeed. So here we go. And all the time, I guess we don't get a sense of this with the slides, but it's there is a passage of time here, isn't there?
I think this is New Year's Eve.
That's right. Yeah, this is the party now. Yeah,
this is the bit where the girl with the glasses kisses him on his helmet.
Oh. Get ready, all the man babies in the chat. That's you, Edward's time. Get the pants down. Here we go. Oh, is that? She's not looking too clever.
It's because of the lens, isn't it? She looks great.
Oh, Brown don't care.
Yeah,
it's a one for Brown.
Kathleen Kennedy was a looker back in the day.
So the strange thing here, though, is he's got a perfectly fine mouth and some very full lips, but she's kissed him on the eyes. That's an unusual thing to do.
Visor,
but I guess
maybe she was
drunk. She was drunk as well, wasn't she? So.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, yes. I mean, we all know what can happen with a few sherbets. Chat's gone wild. Franco's won.
Well done, Franco, yes.
Drew Gordon just says hot.
Yeah.
Black Lives is,
Oh,
is
yes.
smashed his dick on the one key on his keyboard. Tom, we love you, but you still don't get the joke. Tom saying 10. But we know he means his heart's in the right place. Andy says 1. And everyone else is just confused whether he's a 1 or a 10. But
Atom Gray coming in late. One in the
Atom.
pit. Naughty.
For God's sake. God's sake. Okay, here we go. This is going to get exciting now because we've gone to black screen, and this is the reveal, isn't it? And I feel we need a bit of Zee here. We need a bit of Zee to do a bit of line reading. Would you mind, Zee, just to ramp up the atmosphere?
The fastest reflexes modern technology has to offer, onboard computer-assisted memory, and a lifetime of on-the-street law enforcement programming.
I give
It
you.
is my great pleasure to present to you Robot Police.
Zee-ThreePIO.
There we go. Wow. And it's a nice reveal. I mean, what are they doing in Mega Geek? Are they drawing out the what's it called, the anticipation? Because all the while we're stuck in Robocop's head, aren't we? We've got no idea what he looks like unless we've seen the poster, of course.
I heard that they had to do this scene 3 times. No, more than 3 times, 9 times, because they had to time the camera with the video feed that was on the camera, so it was like the camera was on him as he was walking out. So 9 times I think they had to do this. So anyway, whatever.
We're getting lots of RIP Calculon in the chat. I've been on this channel now. Oh, what are we talking, Brown? It's definitely over 2 years. It could be even longer, but
yeah, over 2 years, mate.
It's over 2 years. I still don't know what RIP Calculon means, and I don't want to get bogged down. And it's almost got to that point I'm too scared to ask. But whatever it means, whoever it is, wherever you are, RIP Calculon. We miss you. We love you.
The thing is, you were probably on the stream.
Really?
Moving on.
I was probably also
pissed. Yeah.
Come
on,
and
that's for you.
Yeah, we get this kind of celebratory scene, don't we? All the suits clapping him. Yeah.
It makes you wonder why they didn't make another Robocop.
Go Robo.
Do you know what I mean? So he was the first, but you'd think that they would maybe they just cancelled the program, but you'd think they'd try and make another one, or an army of them, in fact.
Well, they did in the second film, didn't they? They made up for it in the second one.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean, I always thought that was the intention with Ed 209. It was going to be one of a whole army of them. So maybe the same was going to be the case for Robocop. I don't know. Do you think we'd have got female Robocops? Maybe.
That's a sweary word I'm desperately trying not to say at the moment, but it starts with Robo.
Moving on.
Sorry.
Moving on. That's dangerous territory there.
Brown's getting very nervous. Okay. Yeah, we missed the audio, don't we? Because it is fantastic audio track and fantastic soundtrack. I'm sure we must have said it before, but it is a really good soundtrack.
Paul Doris, incredible.
I think it's great that they're still using CRT monitors in the future.
Well, I mean, did we not establish this is in 1999 or some nonsense?
If it's in early 90s, it's perfect.
Yeah. But then again, they wouldn't have the technology to actually make Robocop. See, that's why I think it must be set further in the future. It must be.
It's a product of its time, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Well, as I said, we wouldn't have the technology to make Robocop. So this must be in the future, in a different universe. That's what I think. Yeah. I love the way they treat this place. They tell everybody to fuck off, basically. That's hilarious.
Brown, just to make up for your appalling performance with the Jamaican accent earlier, can you do this in your very best accent, suitable accent?
Uninspired reviewer. Oh yeah, female Robocops. I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, okay. You
Man.
a bit of a damn squib, wasn't it?
Sorry.
Okay, not to worry. He'll get it. He'll get it back. Don't worry. So yeah, we're having a bit of a power off here, aren't we, between the exec guy and
Reed.
the chief of police,
Reed.
Bob Morton.
Hey, this is bullshit. I take my orders from.
I was half expecting the Jamaican accent there, Brown. This is what you've led us to believe. And here he is, and Mega, they're really teasing us because now we see him through the what would you call it, like the privacy glass or whatever. So,
But the problem is that before everybody went to see the movie, they would have seen the poster, so they would have known what he looked like. But yeah, it's really good directing. Tell you the truth, and this film's really well directed. It's very solidly directed. This film. So yeah, nice little touches here and there.
Ruin. Look who it is. Picats, one of your biggest fans.
Picat.
Picat, you are. I mean, you're closing in on Brian as one of my biggest fans, and I do appreciate you, Picat. And if only everyone had the same taste as you, Picat. Andy Mouse has written a veritable essay explaining.
Oh, bless you, Andy.
Where Calculon comes from. So it's only fair that I kind of flash this up. So
are you going to read it? Then?
Yeah, I'll read it. Why not? So it says in the Kenobi TV series, there was a droid who was the best bit of the fucking show, and we called him Calculon. But he got blown up, so it became R.I.P. Calculon. It's an early Alliance thing. And he's actually answering Dick and Balls, but actually you're answering my earlier question as well. Who is Calculon? Is Calculon where's that name come from?
It was the Ned B worker droid.
But why the name Calculon? I know I'm getting bogged down here.
Because he looked like Calculon out of Futurama.
Oh, I don't know Futurama and Calculon. This is the problem.
You're more of a Star Wars man, aren't you?
Allegedly. I'm more of a Star Wars man. Yes. So Calculon's that's a cartoon, isn't it? Futurama.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Which returned this month, and it's really good.
Okay, I might have to check this shit out. Okay.
I think you've been.
Thank you.
I think you've been in that Iraqi prison cell way too long.
Well, yes, I'm on the Bibi Stockholm, and we don't have internet, and we only get 2 meals a day. And
if I may, Easter egg, everybody.
Easter egg.
Yeah. I think on one of the posters, it's Edward Neumeier, I think. Is it the top one?
Yeah, it's the top one, yes.
Yeah. The writer.
Oh.
I only noticed it doing the, yeah.
He was given comics to read. Would you believe that? The studio gave him comics to read and wanted his assessment on whether comics has a future in filmmaking. That's one of the ideas. That's one of the reasons why he got the idea for Robocop, because they made him read loads of comics.
He was working on
Blade
Runner
weird
as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. He unofficially
which
he
helped.
was working on Blade.
Which helped. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It did big time.
I think his initial idea was just to have a cop who was a robot. There wasn't a human element to it at all. It was his co-writer that offered that.
It's a good idea, and I again, there's something beautiful about that costume, isn't it? It looks very machine-like. I said, unlike the one that we had in the remake, it's just black and
Rob Bottin, legend,
script.
Incredible work.
Yeah, it is.
Hannah Timbom in the chats, and welcome Hannah, says, is that the talking sea bass thing above the doorway? And it could well be, actually. Yeah, brilliant. Good spot, Hannah.
Robofish.
Brownie, do you like saying Hannah
Robocop.
Timbom's name as much as you like saying Tina Hanbom's name? Tim Hannabom's name? Give it a try,
Not
Brown.
Quite, no.
Just try it. You don't know unless you try.
Hannah, no.
No.
Don't quite.
No, you can't do it. You can't do it.
Come off the tongue now. Plus, I know who it is.
You can't do it.
Moving on. What is this shit?
Oh,
that sounds like me.
You'd want to do it.
Have we got a drinking game?
You know what? We we didn't establish the rules of drinking game, and thanks Black Lives, we were getting bogged down in the sea bass and a Tim Bomb thing. No, we haven't got a drinking game yet. We're all
Muzzle flash is
had a
one.
bomb down. We're all drinking, but we haven't established the rules of drinking game. So I'm going to go around my esteemed colleagues, put them on the spot, and I invite each of them to establish a trigger for the drinking game. So, Z, what have you got for us, Z?
Every time one of the Bodyguard gang dies, as last week, because I quite like that one, and I do have alcohol next to me, so I'm hoping to get quite smashed.
Yes, very good. Brian, what would you like to use as your trigger?
Take a shot every time Bob Morton gives us a nice big toothy grin.
Very good. And Mega, have you got any suggestions for us?
Yeah, maybe when that guy says, "I'll buy that for $1." Don't know how many times he says it in the movie. But
yes, great shouts. Brownie,
Muzzle flash.
muzzle flash.
Wow, but we'd be drunk if we if it was muzzle flashes.
And
say,
I'm going to use Norfolk Enchant's suggestion. Every time there's a Carl Weathers / Billy D. Williams 80s tash.
Nice.
So, yes, very good. Thank you, Norfolk. And here we go. We're seeing Robocop in his full
this
glory.
scene. What's it called? Is it exposition?
Why? What happens in this scene? I can't remember.
This is obviously all these people work on the Robocop program, so they know exactly what it is, and yet we just get pure exposition for the viewer.
Hey, what? Not this scene. This scene we
because what about tracking?
Oh, that wasn't. Was it this scene?
Yeah,
that I did that. I thought it was the scene before it.
Come on, help me out.
Yeah,
we can check
I get what you mean, Brown.
Yeah, we can check his exact location. At times, one of these. Well,
that looks like an old.
It's
phone,
all for the audience.
Yeah, horrible graphics on there.
Yeah, they also do the what does he eat after this, doesn't they?
Oh yeah, with the baby food,
because that comes important later.
There you go.
How does he eat? Careful.
How does he eat? He's got a fucking mouth. I mean, it's the one thing he's got left. I mean,
he's got a stomach as well.
It's not rocket science, is he? He puts the food in his goddamn mouth. What do you think?
Well, he's got lungs.
Shove it up the old Jew Edwards. I mean, Christ, these people.
So
you could still take Charlie, couldn't he, if you felt like it?
Yes.
Robocop.
I mean, I don't think this scene is exposition at all. It's just giving you a little bit of information. Exposition is usually when they actually explain the structure of the
or is it an info
story?
dump?
Yes, an info dump. That's exactly what it is. It's not what you refer to is when they actually tell you what's happening in the actual film, the story. Like Mission Impossible, the last Mission Impossible film, they had that whole scene with all those people in a room explaining everything, so that you can understand the movie.
Question from Howie Do It: does he still have Murphy's brain?
Yes, he does.
Yes,
he does.
I think he has his lungs as well, because you can see him breathing.
His lungs and his stomach. The only thing that's left that's real: his stomach, his brain, his lungs, I guess. And well, I don't even know. Yeah, well, he has to open up a portal to do it.
Because he has to poop.
Yeah, he does.
That sustains his organic systems.
Yeah. Question from Drew Gordon: does he poop? And we think the answer is yes.
I will say very hot Vindaloo and 10 lagers has that effect.
Yeah, that's Swapper sent me a picture of some of his problems he was experiencing last week, and it looked a lot like that. So are we basically saying so he poops? So basically, he's walking around with a titanium nappy. Is that what we're talking?
He's probably got a little thing inside where it collects all the poop, and then he just opens it up and then chucks it away, puts it back in again. That's what I'm assuming.
Like a robotic colostomy bag.
Yeah,
use a chemical weapon, couldn't it? He could have fired the poop.
Last line of defense. Yeah.
Like boiling a bag curry. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Tom's pretty much summed it up.
I
He
knew you
says,
were going to do that.
Saturday morning after a curry and 10 pints. And
It's
Atom
in
says,
through the eye of a needle.
Atom just says bogged. We're not getting
Oh, it's
bogged
like
down.
2 robots, 1 cup.
Oh.
One. Moving on.
It makes you wonder
Tastes like baby
why
food.
why they really was it necessary for them to move him into the precinct, the cop precinct, because they could have easily done it from where they actually,
Well, it was the other
created
side
him.
of town, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still, they could have easily. You know what makes me laugh is that it's so obvious they were trying to save money. So this location is the same location. You can tell as when they were rebuilding him. And when you first see the gang in the steel mill, it's the same steel mill at the ending, isn't it? It's the same location. So, you know,
Welcome to spoiling the film with the Mega Geek.
Just saying,
good info, like that kind of thing.
Sorry, say again. Sorry.
I said it's good info. I like that kind of thing. Sometimes, necessity ends up making something better.
Yeah, it does.
Well, we saw it with Lucas and Star Wars, didn't we? Here's your girl, Brown, and is it just me, or are glasses getting bigger every time we see her?
Very 80s.
Going from Dennis Taylor to Christopher Biggins.
Z, you're a fan of the old 90s rave scene. What is that, a glow stick? What's going on there?
No, it's a pen, Ruin.
Oh, it's a pen. Okay.
And in those days, they had to do things like this via hand.
Yeah,
So it was animation.
Yeah,
it's crazy, right?
Common People says, I wouldn't be targeting the pen.
Neither would I.
You know who she reminds me of? I don't know if you used to watch Welcome Back, Kotter. He used to have this really gorgeous wife, that teacher, and she looked a bit like her. Anybody remember Welcome Back, Kotter? Probably too young.
Pass.
Okay, it was a sitcom, and it starred a teacher at school, and John Travolta was one of the students. That's how it became famous. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Marcia Strassman, Julia Cotter.
Yes,
Julie
she was gorgeous.
Here you go, Ruin. Look, Tom.
Yes, Tom. Oh, we're so glad you got on board. So,
well done, mate.
So Tom would only give a 1 out of 10, everyone. I don't know. I think she's worth more than that. But no, we're glad you worked it out, Tom. Excellent. Okay, well, Robocop we get a nice full frontal. Well, not full frontal, but it's a nice shot, isn't it? Do you think? I mean, it's a bit of the Batman here, isn't it? All he's got is his mouth area, but he does have a. Am I allowed to say his somewhat feminine mouth? Is that slightly out of order? Or?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
He does protect his face, though. I don't know if you remember that scene where the police are shooting at him.
Yeah.
His hand is over his face. He's protecting his face. Yeah, he knows that's
see, the chat's on it. Look. Sorry. Look at that.
Oh.
Look
at that drink.
Yeah.
You're welcome, man, babies.
But seriously, though, that costume just exudes violence, doesn't it? Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, it's not like
look at that.
The only thing missing is the Carl Weathers moustache, isn't it? That would be beautiful.
There's a guy behind has one.
He does. Take a drink, folks. Yeah. No, it's lovely. I mean, obviously they did it for they gave him his mouth so he could connect with the human part of him a little bit, but it doesn't make sense to give him that weak spot, does it?
No, it doesn't. But I think in the remake they were saying that the people have to have something human to hold on to. You can't be all robot, and I guess it's the same for this as well, isn't it? So
you actually say whatever you do, don't get shot in the face in the remake.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Training instructor.
And I guess you could argue he needs his mouth to give us the wonderful verbiage that he dishes out throughout the film. But yes, he makes a fine specimen, does old Robocop. Where does he stack up in your all-time list of I was going to say androids, but sort of the chat will absolutely lose the shit. It's cyborgs, isn't it?
Cyborg. Yeah, cyborg.
Yeah, calm down, Andy. I know. You're all getting a bit excitable.
Calm it down,
Yeah,
calm it
where's
down.
where's he rank on your list of cyborgs, everyone?
What other
One.
cyborgs are there?
No, Vader.
$6 billion
Vader's-
man.
Vader.
Yeah, Vader's
Vader's
a
number
cyborg.
Vader, of course. Vader, of course.
Who else is cyborg?
$6
Any
million
other-
man's a cyborg.
The chat will help us out.
Steve Austin.
Yep.
Who else?
Not the wrestler.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I didn't know. He
No,
had
not him.
robotic features.
Terminator.
Oh.
Will Smith was a cyborg, wasn't he? Well, I don't know if you can call him a cyborg in that film. I Robot, because he had a robot hand, didn't he?
Oh.
Oh, do you call him a
he's
cyborg? 'Cause then he got
yeah,
the robot
cyborg
hand.
from
Yeah.
DC.
Oh,
Bionic
yeah.
Woman.
The Vesper
Bionic
gang
Woman, yeah.
from
Vesper
Obi-Wan
gang.
Kenobi.
Oh, Z,
God,
please
Shit.
don't do that to us. Iceman's given us a little bit of top three.
Here we go.
There we go.
You press it same time as me. Sorry.
I know. We think alike. There we
Shall
go.
I press? Oh, no,
Go.
come. You go.
All right, we've
Iceman
got
in
it.
the chat. 1, Terminator. 2, Darth Vader. 3, Jennifer Lawrence.
Hey.
And Z, if we could get you to read out this, because Smilex actually ranks you as one of the most deadly of all
Wanks or
cyborgs.
ranks?
So here you go.
Smilex in the chat says Z-3PO is the most deadly of the cyborgs, but mainly because of the HIV. Now bend over and take some, Smilex.
Jeez.
Oh, shocking. Absolutely
C3PO is
shocking.
not a cyborg, though.
No, he's playing loose and
a
fast, isn't
robot.
he, with his definitions there.
Yeah.
So we're back inside his head.
La.
Glasses are getting bigger.
That's the reason why we look crap on our phones, because that's the kind of cameras that we got on our phones makes us our nose huge and our face just almost.
Well, speak for yourself. I look fabulous when I take my accidental selfies while I'm sat on the shitter. It's no problem
With a
at all.
big round head.
Yes. So now we're getting, it's really just showing off here, isn't he? So he's got recording facilities, so we can record the bad guys. Yeah. Franco will give this chap one. Okay. So would Andy. Yep. Okay. Let's not discriminate.
This is where we get the prime directives.
Oh, here we go. Yep. Let's give Brian the honor. Brian, would you take the honor of reading out the prime directives?
In any accent of my choosing, I prefer not to do the Robocop. I think Cynic
Any of
nailed
your
it last
choosing,
week, and
any
it
of your
just couldn't. Serve the public trust. Protect the innocent. Uphold the law, master white.
I thought it was going to be Churchill for a moment, but it ended up being a bit of Michael Caine, was it? Am I right? Or...
Absolutely.
Yeah,
bloody doors off, mate.
See, but a good impressionist never does the catchphrase, do they? Or they don't name check the person they're mimicking, and they certainly don't throw "morn" at the end of the Jamaican accents. But,
Morn.
anyway. So there we go. The prime directives. Brownie, quick analysis on this chap. Do you
Bob
think
Martin.
he's receding rather badly there, or do you think he's in danger of losing that feathery?
He lost it all, yes.
He did lose it all, did he?
He did,
Oh,
yeah.
dear.
Yeah.
What a shame.
He was in what's his name? Miguel
Ferreira.
He was in Star Trek 3.
He was a long time star
helmsman.
in NCIS, whatever it was called.
Yeah, it was the helmsman of the
oh yeah, of course. Star Trek 3.
Excelsior.
Yes, it was.
George Clooney's cousin. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Or he was,
Blimey.
yeah. His mother's Rosemary Clooney.
He died, didn't he, a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
2017, yeah. Big C, sadly. I liked him a lot.
Kyriantos says, evening all. Are we up to the pod racing yet?
Not quite, we're nearly there.
Stick with us. Go on, Brown. Give us some of your Jamaican accent on this one.
Okay. Tom has some thoughts. You were supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
It's getting a
Mom.
little bit Indian, if you don't mind me saying, Brown. I don't know. You might need to speak to Brian, get some accent training.
Maybe I should go to Jamaica for 2 weeks holiday. I'd love that.
Yeah, do that. You can claim it back on expenses. You might as well just do a Nicola Sturgeon. Just put it on the credit card. You'll be fine. That's a topical political joke for you there, man, babies. F-bomb. So take a drink for the F-bomb.
Drink, everybody.
And a big toothy grin from
Toothy
for it.
I fucking love it. Fucking love
Directive 4. Now this is planting a seed, isn't it? Because we don't at this stage get to hear what Directive 4 is, but it's going to feature later.
Classified.
On.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to that in a few months.
This is a good thing.
Muzzle flash,
and really,
everybody.
the pace picks up now,
Chin.
doesn't it? I mean, Mega, I always like to come back to you for your director's input, but we really start moving forwards quite quickly now. We've got the reveal of Robocop.
Yeah, where we discover that he's a badass and he has a big gun.
Oh, sorry. Another drink, everybody.
Yeah, muzzle. And Mega, I can't remember whether we asked you, I don't know, it was last week. I can't remember. But anyway, I'm going to ask you again either way. This chick, what would you, this is not for you, Brownie.
Nancy
Don't get
Allen.
excited. It's just for Mega. Mega, how do you rank this chick?
Nancy
I do
Allen.
like her.
Oh, you
a
like
lot.
her?
When I was a kid, I used to like her a lot. She was in Kerry. She was in a load
Marks
of
out of
movies.
10, Ian.
Oh, I'll give her 1 definitely.
Yes.
There we go.
I actually met her at a con.
Oh,
nice.
So yeah, she was really nice. In fact, that was about 15 years ago.
Cool.
She looked great when I met her. Nobody was going to her as well. She was just sitting at a table.
Oh,
sad when you see them.
Yeah, I chatted to her for about 5 minutes. But yeah, shame.
Did you drop lips, Mega, or
Drop lips? No.
Oh, okay.
No. I wish I could because she's gorgeous. I thought she was
Drink, everybody.
Look
Oh,
at that!
flash.
Look at
Flash.
that gun. That is crazy. And in those days,
Look at
they
it.
literally had to make that gun work so you can actually see the muzzle flash.
It's that's a real.
It's a real muzzle flash.
There were only 3 of those in the world
Yeah.
at the time, and it
Yeah.
was brought. Was it brought over from Italy? And it was a real nightmare to get it into the country
Yes, it was.
because
and-
it's effectively it's a automatic. It's a machine gun, isn't it? Effectively.
Originally, it was meant to be the silver gun that the guy picked
Yeah.
up before he got shot by Ed 209, but they decided to go with that one instead.
Yeah, I think they drilled out 3 holes on the
Yeah.
muzzle as well to get the kind of flames coming out. It's fantastic. It's a Beretta, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big mother.
Yeah.
Yep. Melvin in
There you
the
go.
chat
Yeah.
confirms it.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Smilex, just referencing Mega's little story there, says, I had that same experience with Gillian Anderson. I had it all to myself for 15 minutes before everyone else
Nice.
noticed she was there. And then he gives an evil laugh at the end. I don't know what that's referencing, but one of my childhood crushes, Gillian Anderson. And
Oh
actually,
gosh, yeah.
she aged really well, didn't she? I think
She
just
still looks good
aged
today.
Yeah,
gracefully.
same age as
Yeah.
me.
Wow.
She was great as Margaret Thatcher in The Crown.
Yeah, she was. She was.
Yeah,
She was
good
great
act-
as Scully.
good actor, yeah. Swappers in the chat.
Hey,
Swappers is getting a bit horny in the chat there. Swappers, calm down if you would,
I'm
sir.
impressed.
She's one of those 70 actors that starred in loads of B pictures, isn't she? Nancy Allen.
I will say double drink, everybody.
Double drink. Oh god, I've only just
There's a
topped
muzzle
up.
flash
Okay,
at the top.
double drink.
And those, those things are really loud. I mean, I've been on sets where they've actually used blank firing guns, and they're just ridiculously loud. People don't realize that.
Tom has some thoughts. Says anyone who had a Gillian Anderson crush as a lad should check her out in The Great. Does anyone know The Great?
No.
No.
No, but I'll be checking it out, Tom. Thank you very much.
In those days, they used to take a load of really sexy pictures of leading females on TV before the internet. You had to get a magazine to wank over, didn't you? Rather than go to the internet.
Drink, everybody. Dirty
Drink.
talk. Drink.
Slight. I'm sure they're slightly breaking health and safety here by
Yes.
advancing out of the shooting range. But
It's
But nobody's firing anyway. So
no.
it's kind
Makes
of
for a
safe.
nice shot as well, I guess, doesn't it? Yeah. Glasses
when she
almost as big as
realises
the other
that,
chicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
I
are shooting
realised.
glasses, but anyway, moving on.
It's super.
Hey,
Cap.
Lewis, it's Super Cap. I love this line coming up. Look at that fucking gun!
And it would have to be a black guy that says it, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
it's fucking great. That is the best line. Look at that fucking gun!
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have a. Who was it? I think Brian, was it you? When probably in week 1 you were saying how they had to give him a larger gun because the regular size gun looked absolutely pathetic in his hand. Was that you or someone? Anyway, I can't remember.
It sounds like a Z-ism, to be honest.
Oh, a
It wasn't me.
Zee-ism. Okay.
Yeah, it was that silver gun, wasn't it? They were gonna that the boardroom. That was going to be the gun, but
Right.
too small.
Desert Eagle. Silver
Yeah,
Desert
small.
Eagle. Yeah.
Drink, everybody.
Oh, these muzzle flashes. Okay. And he absolutely shoots the shit out of this target, doesn't he?
Yeah, decimates
3
it.
bullets at once. It's a machine gun, effectively.
He's loving it,
Drink!
isn't he?
He's
Drink.
loving it. He's loving it.
Drink.
it.
Shooty grin, drink.
Drink.
Oh, God, I'm
Oh,
going to
look
be...
at that.
Brownie,
Drink,
I've got
everybody.
work tomorrow. What are you trying to do
Oh,
to me,
God.
man?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
out of beer.
I'm on my 4th
Oh,
double
another
rum and
drink,
coke.
everybody. Look at that. Look at that.
Drinks,
That's another
we're
drink
getting-
as well.
We had
Look-
Mega Geek
look
do a
at
look at
that.
that a moment ago. This is
that.
insane.
Oh, God, when I saw that in the cinema, fucking hell, I was just practically coming.
I love how they
Jeez.
they design his costume
Oh,
like
amazing.
there's joints. It's like it's connected to a joint, and it's
Mm.
really,
Brilliant.
really, really good design, isn't it?
It's just
You had to-
fantastic.
They actually had to tear loads of those little joints out because it wasn't
Yeah.
working. He couldn't move in the costume.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun. I was just talking about the costume, and the kind of power it exudes. Obviously, a lot of that comes from not just the design, but the movement.
Mm.
But some of the folk in the chat will probably know this, but it's inspired by a performance from Nikolai Cherkasov in Ivan the Terrible in 1944.
Oh, wow.
I can put the link in the chat, or I've got a little clip just set up,
Hang
Brownie,
on,
if you want to
look,
show it.
put the link in the chat, mate, please.
Oh.
If that's all
Do
right.
you want to share the thing and let you see a little clip from this, and you'll see the movements.
Well, his body moves, then his head follows, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I noticed
Yep, well,
when he's
this'll,
like turning. Yeah.
Give me a
Come on,
second.
Brian, let's get interactive. Why not? While you're doing that, Tom, we thought he had the joke. He doesn't have the joke, folks. He
No,
doesn't
give
understand it.
Peter Weller one, don't worry.
He's giving one to random
This is-
people now.
This is just a fraction of a second, but you can see
Okay.
the movements. The idea, I think Peter Weller said, was that, and Moni Yakim, who advised him on it, was the idea of Robocop to be a beast, an untamed beast. And this is kind of what this actor did when he was performing. He was a stage actor, I think, initially. He was performing in Ivan the Terrible from 1944.
Am I doing this then, Roo? Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
listen
sorry.
just a
What,
second.
am I supposed to do something?
I'll do it.
Go on.
Are we ready?
Yeah, go on. We're ready. Pants on.
Watch the head movements and the neck and the body movements in this little clip.
Oh, the spin. Yeah.
Do it again for anyone who missed it. See it, head first,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
That was the-
Brian.
that was the inspiration for it.
See, you don't get that on open bar, folks.
No,
Suck it
you
up.
don't get this on the critical drinker. No.
But you get more
Um,
people watching.
You do, but what do they know? The people that matter are here. That's it.
Peter
well,
Weller had also been practicing robotic movements prior to getting the suit, but when he put it on, it was so restrictive they had to halt shooting for 3 days while he got the moves right.
Yeah, the film was almost pulled completely.
It wasn't working.
And they flew, as I was talking about earlier, Moni Yakim.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but it's the same thing with C-3PO's costume. In the first Star Wars, the costume was quite heavy and it was real rigid stuff that he was wearing. And then in the second one, they realized that they had to use foam for like his legs so they can move freely, his arms, So in this one was made the same way that C-3PO's costume was made. But then in the second one, it was obvious that there were certain points in the costume where it was foam and it looked like metal, but it wasn't metal. Like when he takes his helmet off, you can tell that all the stuff on his neck was all foam, so he can move his neck freely, even though it looked like there was metal rods and stuff. But anyway.
Meanwhile, Tom, insisting that he does get the joke, has chucked us another £2 and said she stood behind him. Now, Tom, I hate to argue with someone who's being so generous on the super chats, but what are we talking here? Because all I can see is muzzle flash, Robocop, the suit guy. Is it the girl?
The girl with the glasses, I think, behind him.
Is she directly behind? I can just see her.
Oh yeah, she's
she's behind him.
You might be right there, Tom. You might be right.
Good spot, Tom.
Good spot. Tom, that means you're not drinking enough if you're able to spot that kind of thing. So please,
Tom, have a drink, mate.
Have a drink. It's that one. I can now see the one Tom is referring to. It's the one with the blonde curly hair and the double chin. Yeah, that's who he means. That's Tom's type.
Look at that. Drink, everybody. Just neck the bottle. Look at that.
Do you know, I'm just looking back at the chat there when I said that Russian actor's name. You can't even go 5 minutes without someone making a fucking name pun. Nikolai Jerkazov instead of Cherkazov.
There's something about this pose, isn't there, Brownie? It's the left hand out, and
it's the downturned mouth as well.
Yeah,
that's the important thing. The downturned mouth.
You can't really, well, yeah, because they took a lot of inspiration from Judge Dredd, didn't they, for Robocop?
Did anybody see the Hot Toys 1/6 of Robocop?
I used to have it.
A what?
I used to have it. I had it in 2015.
I had his gun until it got stolen. Somebody stole it off the set. And if you look at if you look at Sin City very carefully, I think Clive Owen has a Robocop gun in Sin City. Yeah, they put it in deliberately.
Now we did say last week about how prophetic this movie is in terms of its commentary on a future vision of the world, and you could almost say this. We hear this phrase a lot nowadays, don't we? With the onset of AI and so on, and the whole concept of robotic cops.
That's a kind of old complaint, no? I mean, remember even when I used to live back in the 70s in the car manufacturing places that was being automated.
Go back.
Yep. They had the same kind of issues.
Oh, go back where?
Go back. Porntash.
Oh, really?
Go back.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We do
Drink,
well
everybody.
spotted.
That's a proper Ron
Franco's.
Jeremy, isn't it?
Cheers, Franco. I spotted it.
Franco and Andy screaming in the chat.
Hold on, lads.
Sorry, Brian. We had to interrupt though because we can't miss the opportunity to have a drink. Please continue, Brian.
No, that was it. Just talking about the automation and concern among workers about automation. It's been a longer problem just before the 80s, 70s.
Probably
car plants.
Probably started in the 1880s, maybe the Victorian period. And
very important slide, everybody.
I wonder if it was very difficult for him to do that because it does look quite difficult with those huge gloves and the, doesn't it?
I think they may have taken the top off that finger so he could do it.
Yeah, probably.
You know when he. Oh, we've not got to it yet, have we?
What's that?
When he's catching the keys, we'll get to it. In a
minute.
Yeah,
it's coming, isn't it?
We all get the same factoid for about that key catching.
Well, I'll tell you something I discovered this week.
Look at that!
It's completely off topic, but I'm going to chuck it in there anyway. Do you know the scene with Tobey Maguire when he played Superman, and it's the scene where he caught
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Sorry,
Superman?
Spider-Man. So, forgive me, I'm on my 4th double rum and coke in just over an hour. Where he catches all the apple,
Yeah.
the banana, the lunch
Yeah.
on the tray. You all know the scene I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
found out this week that there was no CGI. He
Nope.
actually did that for real, and it took something like 80 takes.
156.
Was it
Oh,
really? Thank you,
156. My
Zee.
God.
Mm.
He
Wow.
they had glue on the trays, didn't they? And his hand was stuck to the tray as well, so he just had to
Wow.
catch them all.
Incredible. I got nothing but admiration when when they really go all out and try and physically capture that kind of scene.
Sam Raimi, he came from the filmmaking where no money and they had to create things and stuff like that. So he's very imaginative when it comes to things like that.
And thank you to Zee. I totally undersold him. It was it was out by about 70 takes. I'd have done it in 70, obviously, man, babies. Yeah, Iceman's at the
Very
point
good.
of blacking out, so there could be a few duvet days taken at work tomorrow, I think.
He's going to need a
the
car.
keys. He needs a
Needs
car.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's really is no fat on this script, is there, whatsoever?
No.
None. Unfortunately, though, it was nighttime when he went out, or was it? Was it nighttime when he went out in his car?
Well, yeah, but it took him 6 hours of
to
continual
find
takes to get the shot where he actually catches.
No, what I'm saying is that
The
if
keys.
you look at the windows of that shot, it's daytime,
Yeah.
and when he goes in his car, it's nighttime. So anyway, never mind.
Yeah, it was 50 takes it took to do the scene and an entire day's worth of filming because the gloves are made out of rubber and the keys kept bouncing off them.
Really?
They would have done it with CGI today.
Black Lives or Black Votes says to the Robomobile. Did we miss a trick not calling it the Robomobile? It rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? The Robomobile.
Ford Sierra, yeah.
Also, we got Vex in the chat. Hello to Vex. He says,
Vex.
Happy Ken's Day, everyone. What's Ken's Day?
Barbie.
But I know it's Barbie related.
Have you heard of Barbie?
I
know you're writing your trilogy at the moment.
Yes, as people who interact me on Twitter will know, I'm doing a Holdo trilogy for Disney Plus, starring Megan Rapinoe as a young Holdo
and Lizzo as a planet.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not get bogged down in my misadventures.
Go get him,
so
boy.
he's off, isn't he? We're going to let him loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can't wait. Can barely wait. Nice close-up shot there. I thought it was a muzzle flash. I shit myself for a moment. Bad design on the ramp. It seems to catch the arse end of the car every time, doesn't it? It's a bit like my driveway. Every time I try to get the fucking car up the drive.
Probably intentional.
It might have been better if it happens when it's just Murphy and Lewis in the car, but it might have been better if it didn't happen then and only happened when Robocop was in it.
Yeah, just driving a little too fast up the ramp.
That's what she said.
Oh, Brian.
I don't normally do that, sorry.
Brian's Brian's getting on for what, 18 hours awake now, Brian?
You know what? Watching this film again reminds me,
Hilarious.
it's the way it's structured is it's a bit like Superman, this scene, isn't it? Because you have that night where Superman shows who he is by saving the helicopter and getting a cat out of the tree.
Moment.
And this is his moment as well, where he goes and does all the things in one night, basically.
We do have always, the chat's so good on the facts and the intelligence and the insights, and you can rely on them to any trivia that we happen to miss, and the chat will always back us up. So here we go, Zee, and if you wouldn't mind, could you read out this little bit of trivia from the Punchable Face.
The Punchable Face says he's got Lizzo in the boot.
There we go.
Don't be ridiculous, Punchable Face. She would never fit.
Absolutely.
That's the explanation. Maybe it's just a part of Lizzo. It's just
A leg.
just the wing or something. Yes.
Leg.
Or maybe it's because it's Robocop and he's so goddamn heavy. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we're getting bogged down in the boot of the car, or the trunk if you're in America, the trunk of the car.
The trunk.
Does any other country call it anything else, or is it just boot or trunk? Are they the only two options?
I don't know.
The arse?
I call it a hostage container.
Punchable Face correction. He's got Lizzo's lunch in the boot.
It's more like it. It's more like it.
That's funny.
Thanks.
Bananas.
Thanks. Punchables, I mean, he's always puts in a good shift, but he's particularly on form tonight. I'm almost suspicious he's not drinking. He's very switched on. Good efforts. Okay, so we're out at night, and it's almost the perfect kind of setting, isn't it? Yeah, great soundtrack. See, he can do accents, he can sing. Is there anything
welcome,
this
man,
man
baby.
can't
Suck it up.
do?
He's only wearing the top half. You got a drink now.
Drink, everybody.
Well, hang on. We cannot move past this one without getting an accent from Brian. Now, do we get him to go straight down the line and actually try and replicate the original guy, or do we get him to go completely left field? What do we think, Retrobates?
Jamaican accent all the way.
Oh, you want a Jamaican accent?
No, don't spoil it.
Go on, Brian. Just go straight as a die. Just try and replicate the actual guy, if you would, Brian.
I'd buy that for $1.
See, there we go, folks.
Very
He's
good.
so
Very
goddamn good, isn't he?
Oh yeah, Tash, everybody. Cheers,
Oh, it's
Franco.
oh God, no, Jesus Christ.
Nice one,
Okay.
Franco. See, somebody's
Tash.
paying attention. Well done, Franco.
Whew, okay.
Take a drink.
Just trying to stop
little
my hands
trivia
from
note.
shaking at this point.
When Nancy Allen first arrived on set, Paul Verhoeven was shooting scenes from this, and she was absolutely horrified that she'd signed on to make a film with such an incompetent director.
Lots of love for the perfectly mimicked accent there, Brian, in the chat.
Drink is finished, by the way, by the looks of it.
Oh, get ready. We're on 69. I prefer to just stay on that number if you could. And everyone seems to enjoy this chap, don't they? This chap. It seems to be the only program on TV as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all seem to enjoy him.
He was based on Benny Hill, wasn't it?
Yeah, someone said that last week. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the news, they've got the news on TV as well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
These days, or even Rom, see the Rom comic there. That's what,
Iron Man in there somewhere.
Yeah, and Iron Man is based on.
He's Dredd in there.
It's really it's really funny because then even in those days they weren't allowed to have black people mugging shops or mugging people, were they? In those days, because there was a big outcry about it in films. Yeah, so
Can you go back, Rowan?
Yeah, sure. How
Now,
far?
I actually looked at this in some detail, and I've identified Dazzler number 25, Rom the Space Knight number 36, Thor 372, and Thor 328, Vision and the Scarlet Witch number 1, Blade Runner number 1, Alpha Flight 20, King Conan 13, and the Dreadstar Annual number 1.
wow.
So
Now, if
you
this
don't
is
get that
set
on
in-
Drink, yeah?
If this is set in the future, then there's some pretty damn good comics there to pick up.
Very good. Yes.
I don't know if I can read your comment out, Kyriantos, because it could be one of the buzzwords which gets Brownie in trouble, but we get the sentiment. Z, that was honestly that
Here
was
you go. Look, here you
fantastic.
go. Look, here you go. Sorry, chat moved up. Bang. Have that, Z.
I mean, there's that, and then there's this from MJ.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had a lazy afternoon, and I thought, what can I do to contribute
just zoomed
towards the
in.
stream? And
Brilliant.
I checked out all the Rom covers and the Thor covers, and and just started compiling a list. There's a few more in there, but I couldn't quite make them out.
Did you mention Blade? Is that there?
No, Blade's
Blade,
not
I'm
there.
saying.
Blade there?
Possibly.
Top left, second one down.
Maybe.
No, that's Blade Runner issue 1.
Oh,
Wow.
is it? So it is. See the font now. They've made the screen
Blade
bigger.
Runner.
Marvel did a comic adaptation of the movie.
Is Deckard a replicant?
Oh God.
No.
Oh, God. Drink,
Of course he
everyone.
Drink, everybody.
Drink.
He is a replicant, but moving on.
He isn't.
So
He
Z
is.
spent his afternoon carefully working out which magazines were on the shelf. I spent it penning the words to a Megan Rapinoe song to the tune of "Oh Christmas Tree."
From
So I
your
don't know
Iraqi prison cell.
who spent the afternoon more usefully, but anyway.
Cheers, Melvin. Thank you.
Fabulous.
See, Melvin and I, we know. Cheers, Melvin.
There's two ways of reading Andy Mouse's comments, and I'd like us to do both ways. So Brown, if you could do one way.
Which way?
Well, I want you to do one. Just choose one, and then we'll get someone else to do the other
With
way.
comma or without, Brownie. Choose.
Okay. Fuck me, Z.
Well, this is not what I expected. Brian, if you could do something else.
Ah, fuck me, Z.
Mega Geek, I don't know if there's a third option, but I'm going to ask you to try.
What? To do what? Say fuck me, Z.
Yes.
I'm not very good with voices.
Oh, fuck me, Z.
What about this one? Channel favourites. Velma
Z.
Dinklage in the chat. Bum me, Z. Bum me.
This is terrible timing for the drinkers crowd because they may be just wandering over and they've just had 5 minutes of different ways of saying "fuck me Z" or "bum me Z." I'm not sure it's our best content.
Feeling fluffy around the gills a little bit.
Fluffy.
Okay. Anyway,
Very large bottle of Peroni.
He puts the Iron Man comic down here, doesn't he? And that's a little nod and wink to these, one of the inspirations for Robocop.
Jay Goodwin's not had any action for a while because he's saying definitely
Join
one.
the club.
Join
the club, mate.
She looks like she knows what she's doing. Oh God, that's giving me a cold shiver.
This guy looks like he needs a bath.
Sobered me up.
Super chat. Do you want to do that, Roo?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Where is it?
Money in the big.
Common people.
After the chat's
Do you
on
want me to
fire.
flash
Here
it
we
up?
go.
Here we
Oh,
go.
I've got
Oh,
it.
you got it?
I'm on it. I'm on it. Common people for 10 English pounds.
Real money. Wow.
Real money, and so generous. We thank you, common people. And he says, and unfortunately, because he's paid for this opinion, it has to be accepted as fact.
Okay,
Deckard isn't a replicant. I use real money, so I'm right. Can't argue with that, can you, Brown?
That's mic drop, everybody.
Mic drop. There we go.
Have it.
Put you back in your cage, hasn't it, Brownie? Thanks, common people.
Sorry.
Anyway, we must drag ourselves back to this scene because shit's going down. And we got another F-bomb. That's another drink, isn't it? Oh,
yeah.
God.
I said, give me your money and all of it, and don't fuck with me.
That's not bad, Brown. When you feel as though you're better when you don't think about it. When you just shoot from the hip.
Half a bottle of lager. One can down.
Smilex says she's a sylph. Anyway, there we go.
Very good. Pinky Man's joke. Very good.
One of the things that disturbs me the most about this film
Open the safe, pops.
is the flagrant destruction of bottles of Jack Daniels. In this scene, and then later on, email launches an almost full bottle straight out of the glass.
The cans that was covering the safe was all empty.
We don't have a safe. We don't have a safe.
But if you go back one slide, Ruin, just 2 slides now.
Sorry. What we've reached the point where we've had to switch decks. So let me see if I can get us back. Oh God.
No, just
Screw this,
continue then.
man.
I was just going to know how
Hold
cheap
on,
the alcohol is.
I'll do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
How cheap the what was?
Pack it
How
in.
cheap the alcohol is.
I'll do it.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
I've got us
Go
there,
back
Brown.
one, yeah.
I've got us there.
Should we go back one?
Another one.
Do you reckon
Is that
they
one?
only got that gun so that Robocop can bend the tip? Because I've never seen a gun with a tip like that, just sticking out from the.
Look at that. You won't see
real thing.
prices like that in the offie nowadays,
No.
will you?
I was
No,
just looking at
not
that.
not under Biden. Sorry, political joke.
Moving on.
Well, I mean, everyone's looking at the Miller Lite or whatever it is, but I'm looking at the calendar or the poster on the wall in the background. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
who's that?
Nice.
Hello.
Ooh.
And
Both
we
men
seem to
and
have,
women. No
Yeah.
discrimination.
we've got
Very
one,
good. Yeah.
something for everyone there. Yeah.
Equality
appreciate that.
calendar in the background.
No, it's not for everyone, is it? I mean, where's the trans people?
Oh,
And the
demonetized everybody.
The,
Cheers, Ian. Ian fucked it up. Ian
Oh,
fucked it up.
both of them are Guysian.
Oh, are they?
Oh. Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Moving on.
Nice one, Smilex.
At least it wasn't Bud Light.
Kyriantos says Miller shite. Poor Yanks drinking that piss.
Well, that's what they drink now, isn't it? They don't drink Miller Light, Bud Light anymore.
But
They
like,
drink Miller Light.
Oh, you got a bit glitchy
Miller
there,
Lite.
Brown. That was interesting.
The drink.
Sorry.
Is that a real
Anyway,
drink, or is that
the
made up
alarm's
for the
pressed.
show? Light, it
And-
says.
Miller Light.
I mean, this is brutal, isn't it? What's it say on the poster? Anyone with better eyes than me?
the real,
Real
stuff.
stuff.
The real stuff, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it really is playing both sides of the coin there, isn't it? Yeah. The guy with the gun, a bit of a flasher's jacket he's got going on there, isn't it? Would have,
You'd know.
yeah. I mean, he could have gone full Hugh Edwards there, couldn't he? And gone in bare-arsed and had the old Liam
Willy
Neeson
hanging out.
donga flapping around while he shot the place up. It would have been, I mean, why not, eh?
For some reason, he's listed as Hophead in the credits.
Oh. I take it
I'll
Miller
open
Lite
the
paid
safe.
handsomely to get such a feature in this scene. all the logos seem to be facing in the right direction.
Product placement, yes.
Oh, now he's giving people the count of 3. What a bastard!
Oh, yes.
I think
Here it
in his brief moments, he's just trying to. We're meant to hate him as much as possible because he's about to get the absolute shit kicked out of him, isn't he? So,
Get your drinks ready, everybody.
oh god, drinks. Just...
Robocop arrived kind of sharpish for a man that walks very slow.
Mm.
Drop the gun. You are under arrest.
Just like to draw your attention to the Bud Light crates or cool boxes or whatever they are,
Perrier.
the white boxes on the right. Yeah, not doing particularly well these days, are they? The old Bud Light.
Go woke
It's
the
very
bird.
unrealistic that it exists in the future.
Drink, everybody. Fuck me. Fuck me.
The original script for this only called for him to say it once, but he just kept saying it, and Verhoeven thought it was hilarious, so he kept it in the film.
Good acting, man, yes.
Didn't Verhoeven refer to everyone by their character name,
Fuck me.
which
fuck
apparently
me.
had Miguel Ferrer and Stitches when he referred to the ladies in the it is bitches.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just leave.
But Peter Weller played him at his own games and would only respond to being called Robo while he was in costume.
Oh.
He went full method, didn't he? And Miguel Ferrer, who knew him, was just taking the piss out of him all the time.
He is a very
God.
intense character, Peter Weller. Dr. Peter Weller. Forgive me.
Yeah, Doctor.
We've got more fuck me's here. This is outrageous.
Drink, everybody.
It's more F-bombs than Goodfellas, this, isn't it? Oh, another drink.
Muzzle flash, drink, everybody.
drink, and technically he has got a moustache in there as well.
So
So I
double
mean,
drink,
it's
everybody.
built into a beard. So oh my god, this is the
Jeez.
most.
It reminds me a bit of Ben Dover from the Fletch movie. See, this guy has to be a Terminator or something, because in order for him to bend that gun, he has to be equally strong to hold on to it.
Yeah, it's true.
Very
No,
good.
good point. Never thought about that.
Very good.
Oof.
He tries
Now,
to run
this
away.
this scene confused me, and I'm hoping one of you, maybe
Mm,
Mega, can talk
yeah.
me through it. How does he end up clotheslining him, WWE style,
Yeah.
but then he somehow ends up flying forwards? What's going on there?
They didn't think it through, did they?
No, bit of a
That's the only
fudge.
explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Bit of a
stuntman did the
fudge, isn't it?
stunt, and then when they did the second half, they made him fall front into
Uh,
this, which doesn't make any sense either.
What?
No.
What time is it? 10:07.
Hey?
Does
Oh,
this-
Fabulous
Tense-
fact there,
Brown, I'm
10:07.
half wasted over here. You're gonna have to help me out. What are we talking
There's
about?
a clock above the fridge. 10:07.
All right.
I just spotted that. Moving on.
Oh.
That's
This is not
actually
the Easter
Gary.
egg.
Go on.
This is not the Easter egg you're looking for.
I would have preferred
The
it
guy
being
there
PG-13
is
or
actually
something.
Gary Coombs, who was the stunt coordinator and played the stunt double for the convenience store robber. And it was actually his idea to have him thrown into the glass cooler.
but again, but it doesn't make any sense because he clotheslines him and he's facing front.
Plus, he's
But
lost
then
his
when he-
grey coat. He's lost his beige coat as well. If you go back,
Really?
And then
Yeah,
when
I've
he
just noticed
flies
that.
into
Go back.
Oh
Oh.
no. I hate these things.
when he flies
showing these
into the thing, he's in his front.
I just spotted that.
So makes no sense.
I love this film, and we're picking it apart.
Well,
I
we
don't
have to be
care. I love
fair.
it. It's made.
We have to be
It's
fair.
made from the right place, and that goes a long way. Yeah.
Yes, Brown. Franco says, "R.I.P. my liver, you're on." Very good, Franco.
Very
Yeah,
good.
we're absolutely
Isn't the
on
chat fucking brilliant?
It is.
Does
We're on
the,
the lash.
Does the Family Heart Centre have a liver equivalent?
Oh, God. I mean,
That's a reference to the first stream. Never mind, lads.
Thank you
We've
for
got
your
memory loss.
cooperation. Good night.
I can barely see here, Brian. Sorry. Yeah, so he's made a bit of a mess of things, but anyway, he's done the job, hasn't he? And he's back in the car. I do like these profile shots. His nose feels a little compressed there. Where's the space for his nose in there?
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's the things you have to suffer when you're an actor, I guess.
yeah, I mean, if they ever do a female Robocop, I was really keen to write and direct it, but I wanted to cast the big nose lesbian from The Last Jedi. But I don't know how I'm going to get it in the helmets. It's with that nose. It's going to be a bit of a mission, but we'll work something out. Don't
It would
worry.
never work because you wouldn't be able to see what colour her hair is.
That's true.
Anyway, we there's no time to sober up, folks, because he's got straight on to the next one.
Oh, I hate
Now-
this scene.
You hate
Yeah.
this scene, Brian?
I absolutely despise this scene.
Oh, do you really?
In the
Why?
in the actual script, he was supposed to shoot the potential, I won't say the word, in the cheek. And Verhoeven just said, "Hey, let's shoot him in the bulge." I mean, it's filmed with a degree of comedy, obviously, at the time, but it's just, no.
It's so obvious she's wearing a wig, isn't it, as well? So obvious.
Oh, Tom's getting into the spirit now for £2.
Tom.
That's real money, folks.
Tom knows
One.
what's up. Yep, he's straight in there. Yeah, she's. I mean, she's full 80s, isn't she? Full on 80s, but she's got a set of calves on her, hasn't she? Look at those calves. Anyone else see that?
Set of calves.
Yeah, let's just pause for a moment. Check those calves out. They are. It's definitely.
This was for
Brownie's
you,
calf.
Ruin.
Peacats, who knows what's up, says Ruin presents Trans Cop, the future of non-binary law enforcement. Well, Peacats, I'm loving your inspiration, and yes, let's talk more after the show. But anyway, back to perving all over this 80s chick. So I mean, it's all. Yeah, it's basically a couple of old ruffians, isn't it? And basically someone out of Bucks Fizz. That's what's going on here. What do we make of this poster? Is this their attempt at being a bit futuristic?
It's very Art Deco.
Hmm.
Is it Metropolis? Is it a nod to Metropolis?
I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because certainly the suit took inspiration from it.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a nod. Yeah.
Spot Brownie.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
Brown,
Art
I
Deco is fantastic.
thought you were absolutely pissed out your brains, Brown. You're
Well,
coming out with
I
some-
am, but
Brian, can we get you to do this one in the Nigerian banker accent, please?
I say, man, that is some afro.
that's yeah, somebody Drew, you're paying attention. Well done. A wise man once told me that. Stiff cop, no conscience. Remember that, folks. Well done, Drew.
Can we give some credit to the chick here? She really does. She goes for it, doesn't she? I mean, she's really going for the full-on terror here. Really trying to sell this.
I'm convinced. You know the guy on the left,
Mm.
the blonde guy. I'm sure. Is it the guy from Police Academy?
Let's see the last
No.
picture.
It looks like him though, doesn't it?
Which one?
The one on the left.
No, but which guy from Police Academy?
Hightower.
Hightower? He's black.
It
That was a joke.
Was it one of Mauser's
Sorry, Brian.
people?
Teeth like a Newcastle United scarf.
No, I can't remember.
It's
It
not.
looks like him from Police Academy. I think it was Police Academy 2.
Well, you're in the right era, I guess, but I don't know. Anyway, the whole thing lights up, and our favourite robotic copper eyes now talking about a set of coughs.
Let the woman go. You are under arrest.
We get the opportunity for Robocop to stand in front of. You're right, Amelia. We're getting bogged down in cough chat, aren't we? And also Police Academy chat. We get the opportunity of this beautiful shot, and I want to ask Mega about it, but I think he's gone for a number 2, so it could be some time. So I'll ask Brian about it, because Brian's a bit of a movie buff. Brian,
Yes.
beautiful shot, this, isn't it? The car lights behind Robocop, the shadow on the huge wall.
Despite me hating it, it's a nice little. It's very well composed.
Yeah,
isn't it? Like the mighty looming shadow that's appearing over them. Yeah.
What did you tell us, Brian? What exactly you hate about this scene so much?
Anything where someone gets done in the nasties.
Oh right, it's just some
absolute
trauma.
Some
Some
freaks me out.
trauma.
I don't know. It's just I think it. Do you know, it is comedic to a degree, but it slightly undermines it, because you want to have a lot of sympathy for Robocop as well, and he does that. That gives me the. I'm talking, but when he does that, I think that takes away from some of the sympathy that he might have, unless you just he kind of person that would do this horrific thing. But the actual scene and what they do to the girl is kind of creepy as well.
In the original,
bearing in mind I was 11 when I first saw it. Anyway.
The original script had Robocop actually shoot the one of the rapists in the face.
Oh.
But when he actually saw that the actress's legs were spread wide apart, he had the idea of shooting her between the legs at that point, so reshot the scene. So it could have been a lot worse and a lot more gorier.
Do you remember the computer game
Yes, I was waiting to make that point, Brian. They actually feature this, don't they, in the computer game? Yeah.
The computer game had the little space nicely illustrated for where you're supposed to shoot, but see when you actually shoot on the skirt, it counted as a hit against her.
Oh, brutal. He's the Robocop's programming needs updating there because he's assumed gender and I'm not comfortable with that, especially
let
in a
the
futuristic
non-binary go. You are under arrest.
Melvin was Team Amstrad. What platform were you playing it on, Brian?
Spectrum.
Commodore 64.
Observe the pronouns, respect the gender identity, uphold their life choices.
Brilliant. And then we get this great little scene where the gun pops out of the thigh. It's is it a look at that moment?
I think we've seen it before. It's a good moment, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good moment. And then we get the POV of Robocop. We can't quite see the detail in the nostrils, but I'm assuming they're hair-free. Nice set of gnashes. And she's really selling this, isn't she?
Yep.
Now, that looks a bit high. That's going to hit her in the balls if he goes that high.
He's just finding it, wasn't he? Just finding this sweet spot, so to speak.
Sweet spot, yeah.
Oh, fast forward this bit, for God's sake.
Oh, drink.
Oh, look at that. Double drink, everybody. Look at that.
We could be on for a look at that record here. I've counted 12 so far, 13.
Look at that.
14.
No, that's real as well. Real muzzle flash.
Oh, it's amazing.
That's high. I'm sorry, but anyone who knows anatomy, that's going straight through the bush. That's dangerous territory there. I don't know. Maybe one of the ladies in the chat could help us on that one. But I don't know.
Should we on a bed sheet?
Yeah, is that what your duvet looks like, Brian? Nice bit of
maybe in the 80s.
Pink tartan. Is that how you roll? Now, just because Brian's finding it so uncomfortable, it feels that we need to really get into this scene.
Sorry, folks. It's a movie. Blah blah blah. It's not real. Blah blah blah. It's not real blood. Looks good.
Now, has he been shot in the nuts, or has she shorted over him? That's what I couldn't work out.
No, it's a nut job.
But either way, this is what you get for wearing denim with tassels.
Is it double denim as well?
Double denim, tassels, and a neck like Admiral Holdo. I mean, this guy's really not got a lot going for him.
Double denim, Michael Stone.
I'm convinced that is the guy from Police Academy in the background.
Still going on about this. I'm sure someone will check and double check it. I'm familiar with Police Academy. There's
Police
no one
Academy
I can
2. I think it's Police Academy 2.
There's no one who even looks remotely like that. I mean, there's people with a head and I don't know, bro. I think you're way off the mark.
That's gotta hurt.
That's a fair size of neck he's got there, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It really is.
McInerney / Uriel Poof from Phantom Menace.
Your move, creep.
Franco's given a bog down warning.
Sorry.
Bog down with Police Academy. And Iceman says, R.I.P. Priculon.
Not Billy Idol.
Billy Idol.
Your move, creep.
Oh, this guy.
The one bit I do really like about this is just coming up, and that's where she goes up to kind of thank him and embrace him, and then he sees his reaction, and she just kind of backs off.
I'm gonna be a complete pain in the arse here. Now that hole looks a lot lower than it was before. Now let's just have a look. There's the check pattern. It's towards the bottom of the central check. Now we're gonna go back.
Stop pulling it apart.
No, that's moved.
You're right,
folks.
though.
It's moved. It's definitely
Yeah,
higher.
you're right. You're right. Yeah.
It's higher there, and then we go forward, and now it's a bit lower. I don't know. Maybe it's the angle. I don't know. But
Oh no, it's the same place.
you reckon?
Yeah, it is it?
Okay. There we go. There it is, Brian.
Madam, you have suffered an emotional shock.
Not as big a shock as a guy that's lying on the deck.
Yeah.
I will notify a grape crisis
Nice
center.
recovery.
A great crisis centre. He's now seedless. Moving on
Pretty good.
rapidly.
Subverting MJ's expectations there, and bitching about continuity. Yes, fair shout, MJ.
Well done.
And we're away from this scene, Brian. You'll be pleased to know.
Good for that.
Terminator nod, everybody. I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
Terminator nod. Yeah. The underpass.
All right.
So he's
This is
straight onto
one of
another
my
job,
favourite
isn't he? This
scenes.
is really, he's got a busy old shift here as Robocop. You back with us, Mega Geek?
Yeah, I said this is one of my
Excellent.
favourite scenes.
Excellent.
It made me laugh in the cinema really really hard when I saw this. I was just laughing so hard. I was almost in tears. So funny.
Could you do the honor of setting this one up for us then, and just introducing what's going on in this one?
Well, the was it the mayor has been that's not kidnapped. He's been held hostage, right, by this craze guy. I don't know who the guy
Von
was.
Miller.
But
Von Miller.
yeah. But what's interesting is that this is Robocop's first night. He turns up in the car, and yet all the police know who he is, and they're like, "Just let him through." Do you know what I mean? It's like, what?
Well, it is a police car.
I know, but still, though, would you let?
Well, it is a
if you're in
police car.
charge of negotiating. Would you? I mean, how much authority does he have? That's the question.
A lot.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
Who's going to stop him?
The hostage situation is actually based on a real event. It was when George Moscone and Harvey Milk, the gay rights activist.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep, and Harvey Milk sadly lost his life during the hostage situation.
Oh, wow.
Who's this guy? Because he's been in a lot of movies, but he has that familiar face, and
Yeah,
but I don't know his name. Anybody? No, maybe someone in the chat can tell us.
Probably out of Police Academy. I don't know.
Probably.
keep him talking.
Smilex says, "I love the mayor's demands," and it is it's a fun scene, isn't it? Where
Well, he's not the mayor, is he?
No. We're about to meet him, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, not the mayor. The
guy's
hostage
demands.
taker.
Yeah,
Okay, Miller, don't hurt the mayor. We'll give you whatever you want.
What do we think of this hostage negotiator? I'm calling
terrible.
it. I think he's fucking awful at his job. I don't know
Of
how he
course
got
he
this gig, but basically just offers him anything you want. Now, the first thing we get is a
drink of
dead body on the floor, so we know this guy is not to be effed with. And then he literally tells us he's not to be effed with.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant little comedic performance by this guy. I think he kind of steals a little bit of this movie for me. It's such a good performance.
Yeah, you're right.
In America, why is all the mayors black? Every time I see a movie and it's the mayor, you always be black for some reason. I don't know.
The Goldie Wilson effect.
Exactly.
Lovely. Peacat, my number 2 fan, says he was the hotel manager and Beverly Hills Cop. There you go. And Iceman draws our attention to the uncomfortable fact that they killed a black guy.
Of course he was.
Easy.
He's the one that says we've only got a suite.
Easy.
So this is the first of his demands. He wants his old job back.
Yeah.
No one wants fresh coffee. No one wants fresh coffee.
Fresh coffee, old job back. Own office, wants a car.
Oh, hang on.
No,
right, okay.
Go back.
Here we go.
I think we're missing
First,
Don't fuck with me. I'm a desperate man.
Go on, Brownie. We know you
I've
love
done it.
a
Go on,
line
next
read.
one.
Go on. Go on. Okay.
And second, I want fresh coffee. We all want fresh coffee. And third, I want to recount.
Even if he does lose. So
And no
funny.
matter how it turns out, I want my old job back.
Go on,
And
keep
I want a
going,
bigger office. And I want a new car.
I don't know what number we're up to.
It's
but it's-
hilarious.
What kind of car, Miller?
Now that makes it like it's Robocop saying it, but of course it's the hostage negotiator, isn't it? Yeah.
I love this car, man. It's just such a
How
great
about the
little detail.
6? Okay, no, sorry, wrong person. How about the 6000 SUX?
The 6000 sucks. And maybe an American can tell us what exactly that is, but
Apparently it's Michael Gregory.
It's the car that's featured the whole way through this. If you
Yes,
notice
it
in
is.
the adverts,
Yeah.
and Clarence blows one up near the end.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Andy Mouse, who's hangover's already setting in. So he
Oh,
wants to
sorry,
turn
so I was shouting, mate. Sorry, I
turn
was
the
shouting.
gain down, Brown. You should
Sorry, I
take
was
the edge
shouting.
off.
Sorry,
that,
sorry,
Brown.
sorry.
People trying to sleep. But yeah, they then start
What
talking
about
about the
cruise
features.
control? Does it come with cruise control? Hey, no problem, Miller. Let the mare go. We'll even throw in a blow punt. That's a classic line.
What is a Blaupunkt?
It's a radio.
Oh,
brand.
okay,
Make of radio. Yeah.
right.
I think, did you miss the best line in this entire scene?
Did we? Did we really?
Possibly.
Where?
Really shitty gas mileage.
Yeah.
Have we missed
Oh,
that?
sorry.
Oh, you've not even captured it, Brown.
I fucked it up, everybody. We'll come back next week. It's not there.
But he at this point he starts realizing maybe they're just tooling with him.
Oh,
No,
God.
I don't think the
That's Jedi.
shitty. I don't think. Oh yeah, it does do the shitty gas mileage. Sorry, I've missed it. Sorry. I'll jump out the window later. Don't worry.
Speaking of jumping out the window,
Yeah, exactly. But he doesn't jump, does he?
he gets launched.
Yeah.
I love how they show it again on the news.
I love that costume though.
Yeah, we start learning some of the other tools in Robocop's kit bag, and he's got this thermograph. Z, are you with us? Can you explain? I mean, only you would know what the hell a thermograph is and how it works.
Well, it's sensing the body's heat signature in the other room, so he can see where everybody is. And as you see, the guy on the floor that he's killed, it was a recent kill because his body is still slightly warm.
Yeah, very good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well
Brilliant
done.
observation.
Apparently, that last shot there, it wasn't done by computers, or well, it's partially computers and partially special effects. They actually apparently painted them with body paint to get those heat signatures.
What?
Yeah. Smilex in the chat also makes that observation. Yeah. Wow. And he's had enough, hasn't he? He's really had enough, and he's about to shoot up them.
Another black person.
Oh,
He really hates them.
and obviously Robocop's monitoring the situation. he says, "Kiss the mare's arse goodbye." Now, I'm sorry, Brown. Sorry to maybe question the logic of one of your all-time favorite movies, but
What are you going to?
Robocop, and I know the man babies in the chat are going to pull me up here for questioning logic in a movie, but he does really take a chance here, Robocop, because it's a nice visual. Okay, he punches through the wall and grabs hold of him.
Oh, that's
but
cocaine.
It's the hostage taker really could still have shot the mayor, couldn't he? Instead, he kind of just shoots upwards and panics, but there was no guarantee he wouldn't have not shot the mayor. I don't know. Am I being too
Maybe he's a
critical?
computer. He played the odds.
Oh,
Elements
maybe.
of surprise.
It's a movie.
Muzzle flash, everybody.
How dare
Drink,
you.
everybody. I've run out of drink, by the way. Drink, everybody.
Oh, you've missed it.
You missed the bit of punching through the glass.
No
Yeah.
way.
Wow.
Because if you have a look at the news report that's running at the time, you actually see him bounce off the crash mat
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you see his
Yeah,
leg
yeah,
come
you
up.
do.
don't you?
You
Yeah.
do. I don't think I have missed it.
Brownie, 900 slides, and you've missed
I
some of the
haven't.
key moments.
Where is it then?
We've not got to it yet, I don't think.
That's
What?
the news report. Line.
That's the news report. Yeah.
Oh.
There we
I
go.
fucked it up then.
Smack.
Sorry.
Window.
So it's one out of sequence. That's what it is.
There it is.
There
Smack.
There it is.
There we go. Do we get a do we get
Sorry,
a,
I'm in the
a,
bin.
a Wilhelm scream here?
No.
No?
I
Okay.
don't think there's any Wilhelm screams in
Yeah,
this.
there's no screen.
Oh.
It's just a glass.
Terrible.
Boom.
You're absolutely right, MJ. I am fully shit-faced at this point in time.
I love when the cameras
Dribbling
go
slightly.
down.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's so funny. Cameras that just go woo down. Am I right in saying after this scene we have that dinosaur ad straight up, or is it the
Yeah,
news
the
bulletin after this?
SUX, yeah.
Because when I was watching the film, I was thinking, oh my god, there's a dinosaur in this film as well. What the hell's going on? And then it reveals to be an ad. I just thought it was part of the movie.
One.
Go on, chat. Oh, he's in there already. Go on, chat. We've already done this in week 1, but hey, that was weeks ago. So, yeah, let's see what they say. Yeah, we get back to our news reporters, don't we? And we get a little bit more background on Robocop and meeting the community. Iceman's gone with a rather interesting 5. And Jamalama says, I'll get it in the bin.
I'll get her in the bin.
Oh, okay. But everyone else is fairly happy with her. Tom gives her a 1. Black Clouds gives her 1. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so what's he doing here, Brian? He's basically meeting
yes, it's a meet and greet with the kids and give them the police officers used to do of old. I don't know if they still do it. The schools, judging by the state of my current outside abode, they don't. Catch just someone Oscilla Squadra course says that's Pat Shart's hairpiece for the OC for the newsreader.
He's doing a Schofield, isn't he?
Careful.
Oh God, please.
Moving on.
Also,
Quickly.
common people. Probably an accurate observation. Thanks, common people.
It's a really weird name for the school as well, because Lee Iacocca was actually an executive for the Ford Motor Company.
Well, it is Detroit.
Yeah. The news report continues, and got this military crisis going on
In Acapulco, yeah.
Mexico. Yeah. You're right there, on it, Brown.
Oh, here we go. Red alert! Red alert! Red alert! Ginger, everybody. Are we going to take a drink?
Drinking for gingers now.
Yeah, even though I've not got one.
You crossed my line of death.
This looks rather entertaining, doesn't it? Oh, Brown, please.
Ginger.
Another one.
Americans.
Pakistan is threatening my border. That's it, Buster. No more military aid. Very incredible.
It's incredible. It's
is.
Very prophetic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like battleships on steroids.
It should be Ukraine.
Oh, is that a muzzle flash?
Atomic bomb going off, everybody.
Really crappy effects.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? Nuke 'em. Get them before they get us. Natural nuclear war. It's basically what Putin and Zelensky is playing at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another quality home game from Butler Brothers.
Butler Brothers. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I think that was a nod to Parker Brothers.
Yeah.
It was also the game played only a couple of years back by Trump and the other North Korean crackpot. What was his name?
Well, they sorted it out though, didn't they?
They did. They got on like a house on fire in the end, but they were definitely playing the old button game, weren't they? In the,
Yeah.
Oh, the good old days when Trump and Kim Jong-un were threatening to nuke each other.
Another quality home game from
It's the good old
Biden
days.
brothers.
The world was such a simpler place then. They just bitched at each other over Twitter and they end up just hugging it out. It was well, I mean, there's a political statement if I ever heard one. And it's got there's your Metropolis poster
isn't that
again,
the same alleyway that they shot the grape scene in?
Yes, it is. Because that's the same poster.
That's another budget reference, isn't it?
Budget,
Yeah.
Save on the budget.
Brownie capturing every single second of the news report. But
Yes,
well,
no,
key
it's
scenes in
it's the what you call it? It's the subtitles. You see.
Okay.
Bob Morton.
Yeah, Bob Morton.
That's security concepts were predicting the end of crime in Old Detroit within 40 days.
There's a promise, isn't there? Wow.
What, with one Robocop?
There's a new guy.
One guy.
His name's Robocop.
And that's the end of that deck. Wow, we're really.
Are we going to come on? We've got to do this next.
We're going to do it. Okay, get it.
Yeah,
go.
we'll do it.
Which one is it?
Shall I flash it up?
Go flash it, Jim. Flash
this
something.
This is the bathroom scene. Fucking hell, this is so good.
Oh, Brownie just likes the homoeroticism of this.
Well, there is that, but this is so good.
So, to bit of context, so Bob is because we've not seen him for a little while. We've been following Robocop on his exploits, but Bob's really riding a wave here, isn't he? He's getting the plaudits. Brian, you're so good at your summaries. Can you just fill us in, because it's been several weeks since we saw Bob and he kind of gazumped the other guy. So yeah, can you just give us a little bit of backstory on Bob and why he's feeling so pleased with himself?
Yep, this is Bob Morton, who's just been promoted for the success of the contingency Robocop program after Ed 209's failure. But Dick Jones, his boss, is not a happy man. And here we're going to see him making a spectacular arse of himself in the kludgy, as we call it.
That's the shitter, everybody.
Is that what they call it in Glasgow? So they're at the urinals here and chatting away as us chaps do, and we cross swords, and he mentions a couple of models coming over, and in fact we get to see that, don't we?
We do,
later on, probably not today, but yeah.
Bitches leave.
Everybody's scared of the Ronnie Cox character, aren't they? They all leave the loo. He'll leave the loo. It's quite funny. Same card.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club, Bob.
Well,
what a great shot.
Oh, what a shot. Yeah. That's one
so
for the
funny.
Hugh Edwards fans there, folks.
Making a real name for yourself in security concepts with Robocop.
What's that in front of them when they have a piss?
The penis.
A urinal?
No,
you mean the it's like a scrolling digital board? Is that what you?
Yeah, it'd be like the stocks and shares.
Oh, stocks and shares, I guess. While they're having a piss, they can look at the stocks and shares. Interesting.
I hear Jones was plenty pissed. Look at the guy in the background, by the way.
Fucking hell. Never noticed that before.
We got a nice time check from Melvin. We're now 42 minutes in, so we've made real progress tonight. Pleased about that.
We have. We're doing really well.
Just an hour and 1 minute to go.
Excellent.
Everybody's leaving.
Oh, you know, he's got this killer rep, but it's a smoke screen.
Yeah, well, you found out it wasn't, didn't you?
Let's face it, he's lost his teeth.
Sorry. Go on, Brown.
Let's face it, he's lost his teeth. The guy's a pussy.
I've just realised I don't think he was actually peeing up the wall there. It was It's
Look
that
at the-
glass divider.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's the
Look at the
point of
guy.
a see-through divider?
Oh, I've just
And
noticed that.
also-
Yeah.
It's staggered walls, so you can see
Touch
the
angles.
person ahead of you. Yeah, it's a strange setup, isn't it?
Crazy bastard.
I need to ask any Americans in the chat, why do you have such a massive gap underneath the bottom of the shitter door? I mean, you can almost look the person in the eye, the gap's so big. I mean, what is going on there?
And in
It's
Canada as well.
Crazy
Really?
Americans.
Yeah, Canada has them as
crazy
well.
Americans.
Crazy. Crazy.
I mean, don't get me started on the ones who shit in a hole in the floor. I don't know what that's all about, but
India. That's India.
I don't know about you, but when
Singapore.
I drop the kids off in the pool,
if you could say drop the
I-
kicks. What?
I
3PO,
want
gone.
privacy. I don't want everybody seeing what I'm doing.
I think it's a homophobic thing. I think it's to stop a bit of cottaging going on. Yes, me.
Oh,
We've lost
Right.
Z. Speaking of
Yeah,
cottaging, we've lost
lost
Z.
Z.
oh,
Yeah.
It's cracking one
Z.
off.
Poor Z. I'm sure he'll make it back. Don't worry. He's missing a key scene here, though. It's
Yeah, I
Brownie's
thought
been
he'd
looking
loved it. I
forward to
thought he'd
this.
love this scene.
I know. There's so much gay content.
Hey.
It's gonna be all over this.
He's old, we're young, and that's life.
Oh,
Look at the guys in the background, by the way.
Yeah,
Because they know he's in the bog.
it's a very kind of social. It's more like a
Well, it's a
bloody
club, isn't it?
nightclub than a
Yeah,
bathroom.
welcome
This
to the
isn't
club,
it?
Bob.
Yeah,
Futuristic toilet. That's what it is.
and everyone just clears out here. It's like they know what's coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love his face here. It's just. Oh no.
Bob's
We've
just
all
like,
done something similar, haven't we?
Oops.
Oh. Double look over the shoulder there.
That pisses
And
his pants, don't he?
yep, I mean we've all pissed our pants. Let's not get too precious here.
That was the Max Wall pose that guy was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happens to
And
Z?
Bob just tries to ignore the situation, doesn't he? Just like everything's fine, and he just carries on washing
Well,
his hands. And
Show him that he's not scared.
Congratulations, Bob. I remember when I was a young executive for this company. I used to call the old man funny names.
oh,
I will say Ronnie Cox here, smashing it out the park.
Oh yeah.
Iron butt. No captions for the moment. Boner.
One time I even called him Roundhead.
Yeah, do you want to do it, Brian? Go on.
Moving on.
Go on, Brian, do it.
I did it.
Go.
There's always a lion. There's no lion.
Ruin, you're going too fast.
Oh,
No, it's not
I-
going fast enough. Keep going.
Christ Almighty! You're trying to.
You're double pressing, mate.
Well,
Could we just go back
Br-
one?
Brown,
Oh,
I
no,
am
just go.
All right, just go for it. Go on.
half a bottle
I'll-
of rum into the stream.
I'll
Will you-
shut the fuck up.
Oh, here we
You
go.
stepped over it, buddy boy.
Victor Maitland. Oh, that's the wrong film.
You've insulted me. You've insulted this company. With that bastard creation of yours.
He goes on about the military, doesn't he? All that
Yeah.
deals he had and stuff.
Because I mean, not to ruin the flow here, but going back to the very beginning, obviously the whole concept wasn't to create just a police robot. It was to create a whole army of these
Yeah.
things, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can't go down the stairs, so you know
Well, Daleks couldn't until recently.
they can fly
Morton-
now.
Morton
They
had been
fly now.
Yeah.
If Morton
Sorry?
had been sensible, he would have said that the Robocop program should be used for American policing, and
Yeah.
the Ed 209 is used for purely for military. And that way, if it
Yeah.
fucks up over there, he can deny all knowledge.
Brian, you can do the lines. Ruin, go back. You're going through the lines.
No,
This
just-
is. Oh, go on, please, humour me.
Renovation program, spare parts for 25 years. Who cares if it worked or not? I'm trying not to shout because I've got the little fellas moving about upstairs.
The old
Go on,
man
go on,
thought
Brown. You can be
pretty
the other guy.
important.
There you go.
Dick. Oh. When I was doing the slides for this, the acting, fucking hell, it's so good. Just Ronnie Cox is just on fire.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, Brian, go on.
On you go. You go.
Oh, you know, he's a sweet old man. And he means well. But he's not going to live forever.
Oh, harsh.
And I'm number 2 around here.
It's literally just done a number 2 around here.
Pretty simple math, huh, Bob?
They're getting ever closer to kissing at this moment, aren't they? Oh,
They are. You
You
just
see, this is what all this crap has made us think now, isn't it? Because when we first saw this film, it didn't even occur to us all this crap, innit?
fucked with the wrong guy. Fucking
Now-
Ronnie Cox. Fucking have that.
I don't know. Yeah, it's very good, isn't it?
Have it.
I don't know. I don't know about anyone else, but when I see a chap who's losing his hair and someone grabs hold of it so violently, I think, oh no, you're gonna destroy what little he has left. I mean, it's,
Well, lucky he's not grabbing the front.
don't grab the front. You leave with an island, for God's sake. Tim talks in, everyone. Hello, Tim.
Oh, Tim.
And Black Lives having the same thought as me now. Kiss, God damn it. Mephisto, you bloody yuppies. But you like the scene, don't you, Brown?
I just think Ronnie Cox, bad.
Is he still alive, Ronnie Cox?
He is. I had a look, yeah. He's in his 90s.
Wow.
He's still going.
At what point? I mean, for me, at that point, that's fighting. I'm fighting at this point. You know what I mean? Someone grabs me by the fucking hair. It's on.
If
But
if you
Bob
look at
doesn't
Ronnie
bite, does
Cox's
he?
face when he's doing this, it properly fucking good.
Mm. How would you
Really
respond to
good.
being grabbed by the skull at Brown?
I'd go, watch the hair, you bastard.
He'd shed excessively.
Yeah, it'd probably just come out.
As a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
There's not
fabulous.
much left.
What the human body can do, isn't it? But anyway, he just kind of verbally reacts, doesn't he?
You better pray. I love the way his voice kind of cracks it when he does that.
Yeah, he gets a bit of a threat here, doesn't he? And that,
These useless people, they don't even look at the monitor at all. And why would they have those monitors on where it's all got fuzz on it? If it's got fuzz in it, why have it on?
yeah, and they've also got two screens just showing exactly what's sat right behind them. I
Exactly,
mean,
yeah.
it's and the guy is neither facing the monitors nor Robocop, so
Exactly.
yeah, it's all a little bit strange, but
all I can see is Matt Hancock since you pointed out the resemblance last week.
Oh yeah.
I'm
So-
very sorry. I was taken offline because I
oh,
was in
Z,
here.
you're back. You're
Uncle
back.
Owen
Z,
decided to
you've
try and,
missed the homoerotic toilet scene.
Oh, I'm very sorry I missed that. But Uncle Owen was trying to shag the router. Took me offline.
Here you go, common people. Z back from his
Yeah,
wank.
we all know what Z was doing, really, don't we?
Oh, yes.
During the homoerotic bathroom scene. Anyway, we're back to Robocop, and he's having a sleep, I think, and the lab technicians are monitoring him.
Mm.
And is this the first real indication that he's retained some
Yeah.
memories of Murphy? Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's nicely played as well. Just a little movement at first. His fingers.
The hand, fingers, yeah.
This to me is when the real heart of the story kicks in at this point onwards.
Yes. Yeah,
Look
because
at
they could have made just a you know
Drink of a day.
kick-ass robot movie, but just adding this element in of a give me a soul, give me a consciousness.
I
Yeah.
wonder if McDonald's was sponsored here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
saw
with
it.
the styrene burger
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
and plastic
CFC.
straw.
CFC killer.
Polystyrene, styrofoam if you're American. Yeah. Yeah, and he starts kind of jerking off here, doesn't he? Jerking about.
Because you remember in his him getting shot up by Clarence.
Yeah.
The
Smilex is on it.
the angle of this, they should have shot a point of view shot for this, not the actual what we saw. So it's a minor technicality. Minor.
Muzzle flash, folks.
Yeah, drink everybody.
Good spot, Brownie. Yep.
And
Well, it is a dream though, isn't it? So I mean, in a dream
yeah.
you could.
Well, no, but he would have seen it from his point of view. So it's wrong.
It's
It's
a
like that's
small
wrong as
thing.
well. That's wrong as well. It's a small thing, but we'll
Yeah.
forgive it because it's from the right place.
You know when someone shaves a line in their beard to try and create a jawline, has that gone horribly wrong for the ginger guy on the right there? Because
Emil, yeah.
I've never seen him in anything else. That guy after this film.
He was in, was it CSI? There's some crime
ER,
drama in the
wasn't it?
States,
Was it
and he
ER?
hardly
he?
changed a bit in 30 years.
Because I know this
muzzle
guy
flash,
here
everybody.
with the
Muzzle
with
flash.
holding a
Drink
gun.
of it.
He's done a lot of stuff. He even played a devil in one show at one point.
Who was
done
that,
a lot
Ian?
of stuff. The guy that had the gun in the last slide. He's quite well known now, isn't he? He's starting a lot
Ray
of TV
Wise.
shows. Yeah.
now, in this scene, is Robocop getting a blowy from the girl with the glasses? Is that what's happening here?
I bet he wishes.
Yeah, but it's in a different room. Wi-Fi linked.
This is more of a straight up POV shot, isn't it?
Still not quite right,
No.
but we'll forgive it.
Bucket Boy.
Yeah.
That's a strange nickname, isn't it?
One, by the way.
Oh, Brown, you're desperate.
Bucket Boy
Wow,
is also Boba Fett's nickname as well.
Ah, nice Star Wars reference there. These going wild, aren't they? I mean,
He's having a stressful dream.
Oh,
You can actually, if
another
you put it back, you can
muzzle
see the
flash.
cutout for where his nose goes.
Oh, you
yeah,
can.
of course, yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, you can see it just there. Yeah, brilliant.
Yep.
Will we get Captain Lesbian's nose in there? Do you think, Brian, when we do the remake?
Was Rob Bottin responsible for this costume? I can't remember who made the costume. Right.
Robotin.
Yeah.
Drew Gordon's got a thing for ladies in lab coats.
They are.
Muzzle flash.
Drink everybody.
I've not seen that black guy in anything either.
Yeah, man.
Honest to God. And
Stressful
then he settles down, doesn't he? Almost as quick as he freaked out, he settles down. But then this is where he basically decides to do his own thing.
The walking here, where he walks and he kind of turns his body than his head, is really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think without that attention to detail that Peter Weller put in, it would have been as successful.
Yeah.
Did he go to the place to find out the information, doesn't he, in this scene, or was it further on?
No, not yet.
Further on.
All right. This way he meets what's her name?
Email. Oh, email after meeting Lewis. Yep. His glasses are definitely getting bigger.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Brownie, I feel as though you should read that line out of all the lines you're going to read out, for God's sake.
Okay. Take a look at this. Thank everybody. Shit.
Wow.
Gold Bob on.
Look at those shoulder pads.
Yeah. But,
Clarence sports a fantastic set of shoulder pads later on when he visits the office. Yeah.
Jay Goodwin thinks he solos Melton John, but Iceman just thinks hot librarian. And here we go. So this is
It's a fine.
The actor
cut.
there in the middle is one of those actors that you used to see on all the American TV series in the 80s. Yeah, I'm sure he is, yeah.
So this is another guy being booked, but she takes this moment, doesn't she? She's got her suspicions about who the true identity of Robocop could be, and I think this is where we begin to explore that, isn't it?
Well, she knows it's him though,
because of the gun twiddle.
Because of the gun thing, yeah.
Smilex just a skip pack.
Very good.
Very good, Smilex. Someone's still cogent. So she tries to get some convo going. Do you have a name? And then we get his POV. Would have been good if he dropped lips here, wouldn't it? Just went straight for it. He's thinking about it.
How can I help you, Officer Lewis?
Slightly Yorkshire help, but we'll let it pass.
What can I do for you, love?
Yeah.
Don't you have a name? Murphy, it's you.
Is this what ignites his memories? Do we think, or is he already?
She only went
Not yet,
on one
not yet.
one drive. She only went with one mission, if you call it, didn't she? She was just one.
Or we only saw one, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's out of sequence, those two slides. She's the last line is Murphy, it's you, and then he says,
Oh, well, I think I've removed one of the lines. So,
Excuse
yeah, it
me.
would appear, but it's
Somewhere.
correct.
There is a crime happening.
his
Okay.
right shoulder looks significantly lower than his left.
Yeah.
Just the way he's walking. Just the way he's walking.
And then
What's
she
it, Barry
gets into-
Norman? Sorry. Barry Norman called him, said it's like a man with hemorrhoids walking underwater.
Oh, we should get swappers to give us some expert opinion on that one.
Hemorrhoids are no laughing matter. Moving on.
Just going on lookalikes here. This guy reminds me of now unfortunately I can't remember his name. The Welsh
Willem Dafoe.
a little bit actually. I was more thinking of the Welsh guy off Gavin and Stacey. What's his name?
They all Welsh, Gavin and Stacey.
You guy does
Exactly.
the Would You Lie to Me or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
Would You Lie to
That
Me
one.
host? What's his goddamn
Can't remember his name either.
Oh yeah. Anyway, you know what I
Rob
mean.
Rob Brydon.
Rob
or his name?
Brydon.
Oh, yeah, a
that's
little bit,
it.
yeah,
Rob,
yeah.
a bit of the Rob Brydons there.
Stop.
He does a mean Ronnie Corbett. Rob Brydon.
Yeah,
He does a very good Ronnie Corbett. Does a good Michael Caine as well.
Yeah, he's pretty good with the voice acting. And folks, I do
That's it.
believe at this poignant moments where Robocop's going rogue is where we're going to wrap it up as we hit 34 minutes past midnight. So, Brownie, we made good progress tonight.
We did.
Yeah, you were scolding me for going too
Very
slow,
good
going
progress
too fast,
tonight, folks.
but,
Very good
try my
progress
best.
tonight.
Good progress. Do you think we're on track for wrapping up next week?
How many weeks have we got? Have we got 2 more Wednesdays or is it one?
Well, no, we've only got one more Wednesday.
Okay. We're going to have to do, I think we're going to have to do an overtime.
We might go into overtime,
Yeah.
folks. Okay.
Zee's
Okay.
gone again.
Zee's gone again.
We could come back tomorrow. I've got a night away from the missus.
Oh.
Anyone available tomorrow? Or do you have the slide ready?
Well, I'll have to do the slides.
Ah, right, okay. So
Could
that's a
do.
no
It's,
then.
up to, it's down to Ruin. It's up to you. I'm easy either way.
I
There's no open bar on.
let me come back to you on that one. Let me check the situation and come back to you. Yeah, I've got Kathy's put me on a promise, you see, so I've got to just can't miss up that opportunity. Yes, so look, we made good progress tonight. Zee's not here, unfortunately. He's been in and out, but let's just go around the panel of retrobates and get their closing thoughts as we round off part 3. So, Brian, we've got through the scene you didn't like, but we've got some real good stuff coming up, haven't we?
We have indeed. There's many fine scenes. Sorry, we interrupt this broadcast for a sensational super chat, Brown. Do you want to sort that out?
Jesus Christ.
Common people in the chats. I've sobered up now. £50. That's real money, folks. Real money. I love this channel and this panel with all its different flavors and colors, like a rainbow, a gay rainbow with a sprinkle of brain damage.
Oh, brilliant. No, common people are so generous. We thank you very much. And
so generous. Thank you, my friend.
And it's we enjoy doing it. It's just hanging out with friends, isn't it, every week? And but no, that's so appreciated. And Brownie, more money to the hair transplant plot. You do this.
We're getting there. We're getting there,
folks. Maybe. I mean,
caffeine
you might not.
Shampoo apparently is the way.
Got a fair old bit of real estate to fill. Why don't you just go for a porn stash instead? Maybe.
Don't need one.
Oh, right.
He's got
okay.
One. I thought you said porn stash. I don't need one.
He's got both. He's got a porn tash and a porn stash. Tom's just chucking another £2, and Tom's also been very
Tom's
generous
getting
tonight.
well into it. £2, real money, folks. Great show. 1 out of 10.
He only gives us 1 out of 10.
Thinking man's joke. That. Well done, Tom.
He's
give us all one.
Tom's been on a hell of a learning curve tonight.
Cheers,
so
Tom. Thank you,
Tom. So, Mega Geek, have you enjoyed resuming the Robocop chat tonight?
Yeah, it's fun. It's always fun talking about one of your favorite films and stuff.
Yeah. And we've got some more great things coming up next week. What's been your favorite moment tonight, Mega Geek?
Of this?
Yeah.
All of it.
All of it.
Well said, mate. Well said.
Well, let's not stretch Mega Geek too much. We know he's got to do his vocal warm-ups for the finale song. So he's been practicing, folks. So get ready for that. Brownie, we'll just come to you to give you the floor. Thank the room.
As you all know, this is one of my favorite films. Doing the slides this evening for the bathroom scene, Ronnie Cox, fucking top tier acting. So good. And we've not even got really going yet, have we? It's going to get going. What a film.
Oh, I mean, arguably one of the great finales to an action movie, isn't it? It really is superb. Good. Okay. Well, I will just thank.
Did you ask Brian?
Yeah, I started with Brian, didn't I?
Okay.
Oh, you're confusing me now.
No idea.
I will just thank the chat who've been outstanding tonight.
Yeah,
truly outstanding. And it just shows you, it doesn't matter the numbers, we've got some of the best on YouTube, I would say. So very lucky man, Brown.
The best.
Yeah. Track such witty and intelligent people. And so we hope to see you all. Well, could be sooner than you think, but we'll stay posted on the socials and on the YouTube notifications. And and we will see you next time, whenever that may be, for Robocop Part 4. Until then, do you want to sing us out, Mega Geek?
No, you're singing us out.
Yeah, right.
Are you going to sing us out, Roo? Go on.
Well, it all went
90
so
seconds.
tits up last time. Okay, I'll sing us out. I'll see if I can ad-lib some lyrics, but I'll take suggestions from the chat. So, chat, what would you like me to sing you out with?
80 seconds.
You better hurry up, chat. Someone better do something quick. Give me one that I know, for God's sake, as well. See, we get people furiously typing away now. Smilex wants an ABBA medley.
Yeah, go on.
Oh,
here we go.
I don't know that one. What's that
What
one?
about this one? It's Raining Men.
I don't know that one either.
My Way?
Oh, well, I could probably do My Way.
Vienna?
Oh, you know what? And he has been super generous as well tonight, but it's not the only reason.
Do it.
Yeah, okay. Here we go, folks. So I'll wish you all good night, and I'll leave you with this. Her name is Noelle. I have a dream about her. She rings my bell. I've got gym class in half an hour. Oh, how she rocks with kids in tube socks. But she doesn't know who I am, and she doesn't give a damn about me. Join me for the chorus, everybody, 'cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Can't speed it up. I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Listening to Iron Maiden with Mr. Brown. Go on, Brownie.
Listening to Iron Maiden with Mr. Brown.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Is there an echo on the goddamn?
Shit.
Okay, we've absolutely butchered that one. Okay. I'm off to do you, Edwards. Until next time, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
See you all.
Take care.
Thanks, chat.
See you next
Thank you.
time. Adios.
Farewell.
Adios. Timing, by the way.